25 and I move with the friction.
So we are live, guys. We are back with another watch party live stream, boys and girls. Guys, आ चुके हैं हम लोग बूम बाम करने गाइस CS के साथ, जिसका मुझे पूरे टूर्नामेंट में गाइस Esports World Cup में मेरे को इंतजार था. And yes, definitely we are back. We are back with the watch parties of CS2. Guys, we are back. भारी भयंकर आज मैच होने वाली है. मैं भाई तो बता दूं, इसके ग्रुप स्टेजेस के मैचेस ऑलरेडी हो चुके हैं लास्ट वीक, जब रॉकेट लीग के मैचेस चल रहे थे, जो मैं तुम लोग को दिखाया नहीं बिकॉज रॉकेट लीग पहले खत्म हो रही थी, क्योंकि मुझे पता है CS लंबा जाने वाला था. तो ये आज जो भी मैचेस हो रहे हैं गाइस, ये हो रहे हैं राउंड ऑफ 16. इसमें दो के पैर 8 टीमें खेल रही है गाइस, जो कि क्वालिफिकेशन के लिए खेल रही है फॉर क्वार्टर फाइनल्स. जो टीमें जीतेगी वो टीमें पहुंचेगी क्वार्टर फाइनल, जो टीमें हारेगी वो सीधा बाहर. मतलब समझ रहे हो, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. आओ चालू करते हैं आज का मैच, जो ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे शुरू हो चुकी है स्ट्रीम, बट मैच नहीं शुरू हुआ अभी तक, तो कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. आओ देखते हैं. एंड द सेकंड थिंग, एक सेकंड. द सेकंड थिंग, आज जो मैच हो रहा है, मैं जो देखने वाला हूँ वो होने वाला है G2 वर्सेस एस्ट्रालिस, जो कि थोड़ा इंसेन ही होने वाला है भाई. तो आओ चालू करते हैं फटाफट से बिना किसी देरी के. अनुराध भाई क्या हाल है? वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम ब्रदर. व्हाट्स अप, हाउ यू डूइंग गाइस? लाइक करो स्ट्रीम को फटाफट से, क्योंकि CS2 की स्ट्रीम हो रही है तो लाइक मतलब कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होना चाहिए. मतलब समझ रहे हो, यहाँ कर दो भाई.
Rebuilt again and carrying the kind of expectation that never disappears. G2 arrive in Paris carrying those expectations from them and all their fans across the world.
Up next, it's Astralis. Danish.
गाइस एक टाइम की मेरी फेवरेट टीम थी भाई एस्ट्रालिस.
The lineup may have evolved over time, but this name will always be judged against the highest standard, and they've got an opportunity to live up to it here in Paris.
वेलकम टू द टुडेस एपिसोड ऑफ जवाबी हमला. आज जो लफड़े होंगे, फैंस बावले हो जाएंगे भाई.
5 consecutive trophies.
कोड लाते गाइस, कोड लाते.
2 consecutive years
Who
of
will
Grand Slams. They come to Paris with the entire capital behind them. Paris, this one belongs to you.
Talk about a reception for vitality. Up next is Team Falcons. Cologne conquered, major champions crowned. They come to Paris with proof that this project can reach the very top. And here they arrive, looking to break expectations and raise more silverware.
And from the top of the VRS rankings, they look down on everyone else. Team Spirits! Playing against them feels like waking a nightmare in the City of Light. Explosive, ruthless, and built around some of the most frightening individuals the game has ever known.
So many superstars on stage. Let's welcome the next lot. It's Aurora Gaming! Last year's EWC finalists, now reshaped around an international lineup while keeping the firepower that took them so close.
भाई साहब फाइनल्स में क्या भीड़ होगा जब इतना अभी इतना भीड़ है. सोच लो भाई, जगह कांपेगा भाई. यही तो है ऑरा CS का. अनुराध भाई सारी टीम्स आ रही है, जो भी गाइस बेस्ट ऑफ 16 टीम है, इनमें से 8 टीम आगे बढ़ेगी फॉर प्लेऑफ्स, जो कि क्वार्टर फाइनल्स के लिए जा रहे हैं. भाई साहब कल से क्वार्टर फाइनल शुरू है, कल के लास्ट मैचेस क्वार्टर फाइनल्स होने वाले हैं. आज टोटल 4 मैच होने वाले हैं, उसमें से शायद मैं एक ही कवर करूं, जो कि पहला वाला मैच है हमारा. जो बाकी के दोनों मैच थोड़े से लूलू है, जो इसके ऑल्टरनेट हो रहा है इसके साथ वो देखने लायक है, क्योंकि उसके बाद के दो मैच थोड़े से लूलू है। ऑल दो प्लेयर अच्छे हैं बट एक एक प्लेयर ही अच्छे है। अरोरा साहब की टीम भी आ गई। गणेश भाई क्या हाल है? काला जादू वाला CS आ गया फाइनली। ये काला जादू वाला CS नहीं है, ये CS है बाबा। The OG.
And a major final just behind them. They carry belief and the hopes of an entire nation behind them.
इसमें देखो ना कोई बच्चा ही नहीं है, इसमें कोई बच्चा नहीं है भाई।
Please welcome next.
CS की टीम में कोई बच्चे नहीं होते भाई, जगह नहीं है भाई स्टेज पे खड़े होने की। अरे भाई
Push them behind, put them on match point, write them off if you dare. Counter Strike has
एक टीम के आगे एक टीम खड़ी हो रही है, बाप रे बाप।
more than once.
And resilience has become part of
Crazy
the
भाई।
reputation of
शाहिद
this
भाई क्या हाल है?
Ukrainian
वेलकम टू द
monster.
स्ट्रीम।
Welcome, Bates.
हमने तो है बिट्टू।
They have spent the entire year proving no position.
तुम्हें पता है थंबनेल बनाने में कितना मगज मारी है भाई।
Now ready for what Paris has to offer.
It's time to welcome onto the stage the EWC title defenders. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Mongols! 12 months ago, they entered the Esports World Cup as challengers, but they left as champions until someone takes it from them.
हैं लोग टाइटल डिफेंडर है।
It's theirs.
Be great once. And the world calls
आई गेस
it
मंगोल
nice
शायद से
goals.
एपिक की टीम है, सोलो एपिक की टीम है CS में।
And the world calls you a legend.
वो लोग टाइटल डिफेंडर है। ओह माय
The
गॉड।
Mongols will find out which one they are.
अबे क्या हो रहा है? मेरा इंस्टा पे स्टोरी अपलोड नहीं हो रहा।
A star-studded stage here in Paris with Counter-Strike's finest. It's the final week of EWC. Let's begin.
Lose, key crush, you're out of the Esports World Cup.
Let's go, guys. Keep it up.
Like I said, try to go into the flow state, like round by round.
Be as loud as them.
मंगोलिया से भी टीम आया। मंगोलिया से नहीं है, मंगोल टीम है ये। टीम का नाम मंगोल है। रुको मैं बताता हूँ कहाँ की टीम है। यहाँ पे साला टीम का रीजन क्यों नहीं दिया हुआ भाई? है जी, हाँ मंगोल एशिया की टीम है।
No room for relaxation. We want to make sure that we stay at the top.
एक लौती टीम है जो एपेक रीजन से खेल रही है।
Still the best team this year again.
We are family. We can come back.
ट्रैक मैंने का स्ट्रीम भी देख रहा था आज मैं। वो कब खेलेगा बिट्टू? ट्रैक मैंने मेरे से NH किया भाई। सॉरी मैंने ट्राई किया था, हो गया मेरे से नहीं हो पाया भाई। ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने ट्राई नहीं किया, मैंने ट्राई किया था, हो गया भाई। सॉरी भाई, मेरे से ना हो पाई। चलो अभी हार्डकोर गेमर नहीं होगा इसकी, मैं वो सारी गेम्स में ट्राई कर लूँगा भाई। मेरे से ना हो पाया भाई।
This is not over. This is just the beginning.
अगर मंगोल्स की टीम आगे गई ना भाई मजा आएगा भाई। एशिया की एक ही टीम है जो आगे जाएगी इतना। और दो भाई अभी मेरे को पता चल रहा है कि ये तो भाई टाइटल डिफेंडर है भाई। क्या सेटअप है गाइस ये? क्या सेटअप है ये? इटा की मेरी फेवरेट टीम थी आफ्टर टीम लिक्विड गाइस। एस्ट्रालिस भाई क्या टीम थी भाई, क्या टीम थी भाई। गोटेड टीम।
Puts a couple more questions, and so does the map pool. Going into Ancient, first one of the series. It's somewhere that if you look at the history of recent results, not looking too good for G2, but one of their home maps, one of the maps where these players really thrive. You get Mattis, you get Nerds, you get Heavy God around these smokes. That's where they're going to do their absolute best work. But Huddle finished, taking our seats in Astralis, looking ready to push this one.
During the groups, Astralis played Falcons in a Group B upper bracket game, and one of the conditions you gave for a competitive game was the Swedish sniper Fozy taking over. In your opinion, is his presence today compulsory as well?
It's him alongside a Steph, right?
Okay.
These are the two that are going to be necessary. That match you're highlighting, we were focusing on when he's getting the AWP, what type of spawns he's getting, what type of picks he's able to find. And talking to Orbs, we've got the new boy on the other side. That's
Right, G2 की टीम में सबसे में कितने प्लेयर हैं? 1 2 3 4 4 सब्स्टिट्यूट प्लेयर है भाई इनके सीएस की टीम में हैं। इन्होंने तो पूरी अच्छी अलग से टीम ही खड़ी कर रखी है भाई बैकअप में। एक टीम का अगर कुछ होगा दूसरी टीम खेल सकती है भाई पूरा का पूरा। अरे बाप रे बाप।
He's one of those players that has had these incredible clips. You know, he'll have a moment, he'll have a round where he can just take over the game.
Astralis में एक ही
The
है।
question is in his volatility, in his consistency, especially in
Realistic
that
भाई।
role. There's a lot of money, a lot of resources put towards
भाई
that
मुझे तो
sniper.
जाइगो और
He
डोंग
needs
को
to be
खेलते
able
हुए
to
देखना है
find
भाई,
traction
क्योंकि कल होने वाला है भाई वो
and
मैच। बाप रे दोनों आमने सामने खेलेंगे।
Looks like we're getting this one started, ready for battle indeed.
अबे मंगोला की टीम है चंगेज खान का प्रचार बहुत है।
That's what I like to hear.
और पहला मैप क्या मिला है लोग को? अरे बाप रे बाप, ग्रीनरी वाला मैप है ये तो। इसे नई मैप का नाम भूल रहा है यार, कौन सा मैप था जब हम लोग खेलते थे भाई? लफड़े होते पानी वाला मैप है। एंशिएंट सेकंड D2 थर्ड इन्फर्नो। अरे बाप रे, तीनों मैप जाएगा भाई ये गेम, तीनों मैप डन है भाई। अभी से सीन प्रेडिक्शन ऑन टॉप गाइस। भाई ओवरले देखो भाई सीरीज का कितना ब्यूटीफुल है भाई, कितना ब्यूटीफुल ओवरले है भाई।
I'm curious if they go any further. Heavy God and Wrinkle starting cave.
तो मस्त ओवरले है भाई, कौन क्या ले रखा है सब दिख रहा है। ये कैसा मेटा है भाई?
Not worried about middle at all. Very sight centering is the defense.
See what that util from Fozy's going to be. Just a little pop flash.
अरे
Slubbed it. No
फ्लैश हो गया,
no problem.
फिर भी पड़ी।
Nuts his head off first. Mattis
उड़ा
with empty hands
भाई,
as well.
उड़ा
Astralis
भाई।
breached the A site successful. Smokes are
बाद में Astralis attack कर रही है for your kind of information। G2 डिफेंड कर रही है।
Just survival, the name of the game now for Hooksy. Hunter coming in from Temple. Ryu caught off guard, but lives to tell the tale. Finds him eventually as well. Wrinkle crawling through, overlooked the corner.
Beautiful start. It's exactly what you need to see for Astralis picking up this T-side pistol.
वैसे हेवी गॉड का रियल नेम कुछ तो निकिता है भाई। हेवी गॉड का रियल नेम निकिता है।
On your map choice. Couple of bullets left. Can he do any damage? Can he take Fozy with him? The answer is yes there. Another kill for Heavy God. It could equal a silence them 4 into the next round of play. Looks like they're going to leave him be.
पहला राउंड तो Astralis के घर चला गया भाई।
Now it's going to be about dealing with this force by G2.
Not how you want to start off round 1.
यार इसमें तो वो इफेक्ट नहीं आ रहा, फटने का इफेक्ट, पूरा स्क्रीन भी हिल जाता है। ये गलत बात है गाइस।
It all works out in the wash. G2 are one of these teams who, especially on this map, have been
हम लोग की तो पूरी स्क्रीन ही शुरू था भाई, इसको गलत मारा।
They are going to use the smokes to block and corral you. So we'll see how Foxy wants to call around that.
कौन सी टीम सिटी G2 कर रही है, टी एस्ट्रालिस कर रही है। ऊपर से पता चल जाएगा, जो ब्लू है वो सिटी है, जो टी है वो येलो है। ये ब्लू वाली है देखो ना, ओवरले भी अलग अलग से दिया हुआ है इसलिए।
On the B lane control, you can see the doors smoke. They've thrown that molly. They've actually dropped back. They don't want to get popped on by a flash by some U2 and a clamp down the west. I need to see unfold.
Yeah, it's just that one rifle on Heavy God, supported by the sidearms and Kevlar. Smoke fades. Lane clear.
ओवरले बहुत बढ़िया बनाया भाई सीएस का, मजा आ रहा है भाई देखने में।
If you're that of Heavy God. So this is going to be tough. He's going to have to dodge flashes, multiple bodies likely to swing through this door. He's aware.
He is ready to deliver on that fan massive. He's nailed it. The one rifle he had and Heavy God the first to fall. Good contribution.
वो एंगल होल्ड करता फिर भी उसको पड़ा भाई टापा।
Convert upon this pistol.
भाई जाना नहीं, लाडले और डोर से देख रहा है।
Hunter's going to give this one a look. Fozy at the ready. Has the bomb.
ये भी खाएगा।
That's loose now. Some problems. Rotation.
5-7 headshot दे दिया।
Way over. Remember, Wrinkle's been in A main this whole time.
Starting his flank now as well. Those mid players could be susceptible to him. Timing though not on his side. Bomb retrieved now as they.
इको निकल रहा है, मेरे को लग रहा है।
Actually going to pass towards Hooksy.
क्योंकि 5 नंबर ऑलरेडी पीछे से सिटी स्पॉन टी स्पॉन से रोटेट कर रहा है भाई।
Not to know what lies over towards Donut or A.
ये साथ को खाएगा। और ये देख लिया शायद, देखा नहीं पता।
On the clears, but you're about to lose that bomb again.
हक दिया।
Just a miss.
हगा।
The penny drop.
रिंकल ने हक दिया।
to find that bomb plant.
Now you're part to A.
अब जीत जाओगा भाई G2 के।
The gap has to be that A side. The rotation trying to beat them there.
What do hell?
But they're going to continue.
Guys, smoke का ओवरले देखो कितना अच्छा आ रहा है।
Rounds the corner in time. That's one back rifle for Nerds.
W production भाई।
Yeah, the bomb planted. You've smoked off the Donut Avenue, but
W production है भाई CS का।
A smoke for Wrinkle. You'd have to overstep. You'd have to give Nerds something. Otherwise, it looks like they might just be bringing that rifle through to the next.
Yeah, Wrinkle's just going to go see if he can find himself another gun. A bit of an upgrade available. Young man, 21, right, playing in NIP. That's not the team that people might remember if they were.
भाई ये लोग के पास एक के पास नाइफ कितनी महंगी है भाई। हर से लिया है इससे पूरा।
Work to do, and Wrinkle, yeah, he was brought in.
Skin, gloves, knife कितने महंगे बाप रे बाप।
what he was offered, he was unable to make a name for himself.
बंदे में butterfly है.
Was surprised to see him don this
इसमें भी
G2
butterfly
jersey and some nerves on display there on what could have been a very important kill in the back.
हाँ ये इफेक्ट आ रहा है अभी आया.
He rushed it.
Expected mode पे नहीं दिख रहा but इसमें दिख रहा है player
Another factor
expected.
with Wrinkle. Stage games are something which are pretty new to him as well. We've seen plenty of other players at the top level of Counter-Strike make the same mistake. Wait too long. Not long enough. Well, they get that FAMAS, they have the AK, they can have another dip into this with those upgraded pistols. The 5.7s we dropped across. Mattis will give himself a P250 and away we go again.
आज सारे लैडर सीख जाऊंगा भाई मैप पे. इन लोगों को देख देख के सीख जाऊंगा. अरे मॉली लगी है भाई मैप पे देखो भाई आग जल रही है. फ्लैश हुआ. भाई ओवरलेस तो है.
No, it's on the line.
ये कहाँ से स्मोक दे रहा है भाई?
How many flashes try and breach through to cause any issues towards this A side?
It's Hunter's smoke I'm curious about. He's going to scuttle it forward and it's going to change the dynamic. He can play close, he can play through.
भाई स्मोक मॉली क्या आ रही है? Holy shit. भाई एक लाइनअप मिल गया मेरे को. मेन से दीवार पे फेंको यहाँ पे बाउंस ऑफ होता है मॉली. बैक साइड पे. ये बढ़िया मिला कुछ.
Astralis for that third consecutive round. Heavy God trying to be disruptive, has slipped the net and now reveals himself. A missed shot whistles past Ryu's ear. And there's another where that came from. Mattis trying the same strategy, but no rush here from Astralis. There's the fight Hooksy was waiting for.
Really like the restraint there from Astralis. On these AX kits can get really tricky if you just go for
Check
the objective.
backstab.
Just try and punch that bomb in. So they made sure there was no leaks. And now Wrinkle. Polar opposite side of the map as the last time. Let's see if he can make good on it. One would be... He's getting him off the goose egg.
Main to check हो रहा है ये.
And there it is.
Oh my
so,
god.
a little bit of damage is all they're looking for in this. G2 will bring the guns out into the next. And we'll get to see what approach Astralis are hoping to find themselves on their T side. That Falcons game, it was 6-6 in the first half, but it was their CT side that let them down. And understandable when you're up against the likes of Monesi, Nico, Kiyasuke. All of them hit very hard. All right, they'll evade. They'll hold on to their guns.
By the way, for a kind information, guys, मेरे पास नो कमेंट्री फीड भी आ रखी है जो कि पब्लिक के लिए अवेलेबल नहीं है. तो मैं सिर्फ मैं ही दिखा सकता, हम लोग ही दिखा सकते. तो मैं अच्छा ये कि कमेंट्री नहीं सुनने से मैच फीड देखने तुम वो भी देख सकते हो. वर्ल्ड फीड आ रखे हैं मेरे पास.
So flawless in the conversions for Astralis. That's what you'd be hoping for if you're newly appointed coach Neo.
ये सिर्फ CS के लिए दिया हुआ वर्ल्ड फीड, नो कमेंट्री वाला. सिर्फ गेम प्ले दिखा सकते हो. बट CS में कमेंट्री ना हो तो मजा ही नहीं आएगा फिर. स्पेशली EWC का पहला मैच, पहला गेम है जिसमें भाई वर्ल्ड फीड दे रहे हैं भाई. और वर्ल्ड फीड पब्लिक ने रख रहे हैं. इट इज बिकॉज़ दिस इज ओनली फॉर को स्ट्रीमर्स.
Wrinkle gets his ult.
सिर्फ को स्ट्रीमर्स लोगों को आ रखी है एक्सेस.
Lurk smoke comes into place. That's going to keep the question mark for Mattis and Heavy got us the B defense.
प्राइवेट लिंक बना के दे रहे हो लोग. प्राइवेट स्ट्रीम हो रही है, पूरी की पूरी प्राइवेट स्ट्रीम हो रही है.
B lane and they're going to posture for a hit quite early into this one.
Yeah, throwing out that lurk smoke has forced a block on the ramp immediately.
That's shooting over. That means they're going to be 3 strong. Mutils in the air, but is there follow through?
Yeah, hasn't deterred.
मौली के लाइनअप तो है. उत्कर्ष का तू देख रहा है. ठीक कुछ.
So is Nerds actually
ये मौली के लाइनअप. भाई चला दिया पूरा साइड भाई. घुसने के लिए. धुआं कर दिया पूरी साइड में. बाप रे बाप. स्पैम में मर जा रहे भाई. फ्लैश स्पैम में कुछ ही मर जा रहे.
An even keel. Is it going to continue
to
be
skin तेरी मां को.
2 in K for the post plant. Stare adopts this position. Powerful. Ryu caught with a nade in his hand.
भाई सामने टीम में रायू है भाई.
G2 on the board. It's a present. No longer is Mattis. Hunter will scoop up the kit.
3v3.
Wrinkle doesn't want to overcommit with that AWP. You got Stare to get past. Heavy God anticipating that ramp presence. Swings in, finds it. Should be good to convert. They have to be on that defuse. Stare in that power position. Wrinkle trying to hold his all, run down Fozy. 3 kills and a free AWP.
Oh, they're losing it all. That's tough for G2.
They
had the smokes, they had the kits on the retake, just unable to piece it together.
Astralis ने 4 राउंड ऐसे निकाले back to back.
Disappointing.
No commentary इसीलिए ताकि पार्टनर स्ट्रीमर खुद कमेंट्री दे सके. हाँ भाई ये PUBG में नहीं था, वैलो में नहीं था ये CS में दिया भाई लोगों ने. PUBG मोबाइल पे तक नहीं था भाई वर्ल्ड फीड.
To get on the mic early and understandably so. Things seeming a little bit chaotic in these early stages. They've had opportunities, they've just squandered them for one reason or the other. So with that save Galil in the previous, they're actually able to bring out a hero M4. Rickle's going to make sure he has enough with the max loss bonus for the AWP again into the next. You've got 2 MP9s and a 5.7 for Mattis. Similar scenes as the early stages of this game.
Time out भी ले लिया.
Smokes to try and force the positioning, but so far so good. Is he calling them into a strong?
कल के मैचेस से मजा आने वाले. कल के जो मैचेस होने वाले ना भाई.
They stop the streak.
कल के मैचेस तगड़े. तो शांत के सब क्योंकि टाइम आउट ले रखा ना लोग कॉल सुन रहे हैं.
Big control, but B lane taken on the other side. They have to worry about this heaven play.
Yeah, this is the setup though.
कल फाल्कन्स मोंगोल्स होने वाला, कल नावी लेगेसी होने वाला, फेस क्लियर वाइटलिटी होने वाला, जो कि सबसे इंसेन मैच है भाई. टीम स्पिरिट वीएट का भी भाई अच्छा तगड़ा मैच है. कल सारे मैचेस ही तगड़े.
Easy pickup for Yabi though. They know they've got one
कुछ के मार रहे भाई ये लोग तो Astralis वाले. Astralis अपना मोमेंटम बंद नहीं किया है.
Need support from Wrinkle.
उसके मारने वाला काम है.
From Donut.
Smoke now. Wrinkle plays ahead of it, but there's the frag. Yabi
round में गया Astralis का.
info on one. They know Heavy God's cave. It's Wrinkle that's the unknown entity, and he did just.
यार से क्या हाल है?
You're going to overlook that now. You might. You do.
ये वाला मैच ही अच्छा है. यार से पूरे ब्रैकेट में आज के दिन में ये वाला मैच ही अच्छा है. G2 वर्सेस Astralis. कल के से पूरे मैच सारे मैच अच्छे.
1 HP. Fozy with the AWP and Wrinkle tracking them down quite quickly.
ऊपर से कल दो मैचेस क्वार्टर फाइनल्स के भी होने वाले हैं.
He's so low.
Well, Heavy God's a B player, right? So they're going to be wary. This is a free kill. Yeah, not messing that one up. 1v2 for Fozy.
All right.
क्या गाइस से निकलेगा 1v2.
Facilitates a safe plant.
या पहला राउंड आ रहा है G2 का. ओ पे भाई. ड्रैगन लोरी कह दे. वाह. ड्रैगन लोरी कह दे भाई. 12 HP.
To the 1v1, he's got a good feeling about Heavy God's angle of approach here. 1 versus 2 for the Swedish sniper. Keeps this ball rolling for a strike.
Clutch कर गया भाई.
All right, the closest one, yeah, but that's 5 straight now. Again, it was just
1v2 clutch मार दिया भाई. ड्रैगन लोर पावर भाई.
Up and that one, the divide and conquer approach.
अंडर भाई 1.5 लाख रुपए किसके ने वो.
Wrinkle found a bit of impact there. Gets isolated.
जो ऑफ उसने मारा भी.
And that's tough for Heavy God.
1.5 लाख रुपए की. CS2 की सबसे एक्सपेंसिव स्किन है. और ऊपर से सुविनर हो तो फिर तो 2.5 लाख 3 लाख चले जाएगा. तो एक गन किसकी 3 लाख रुपए चलता.
Last round perhaps the most chaotic.
Ops on A, set up well for this.
Wrinkle. He's safe from this boost they've erected here, A May. You can see
अच्छा क्लच मारा भाई.
set up by Ryu to have a peek.
Easy ने Fizzy. 1.5 लाख yes sir. Base price ही 1.5 लाख है उसका.
Is Huxi going to go for a little jump spot? Is a boost. Wrinkle plays close.
फैक्ट्री नो वगैरह होगा तो और महंगा रहेगा.
Spot wasn't ready. His eye was pressed to the scope.
बूस्ट लेके मारा उसको.
There's Hunter. Back of the site begging for backup. Forced by the flame in towards Donut. Still has cover. Still ready with backup. Nert through Temple finds damage. Both ways. Huxi finds his headshot.
Very important kills so far from Huxi in these first 6 rounds.
वो पर्पल वाले जो ग्लव्स उसके हाथ में, पर्पल वाले ग्लव्स ही महंगे हैं.
Playing on the edge of that smoke.
वो भी 1.5-2 लाख के आसपास के ग्लव्स है वो. अगर आप पंडोरा इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. पंडोरा या वाइस ग्लव्स. वाइस तो नहीं है, वाइस पिंक कलर की है. पंडोरा लग रही है मोस्टली. पंडोरा नाइफ, पंडोरा ग्लव्स ही बहुत महंगे हैं.
Oh, and an Angel one pulls us into the 3-on-3.
कम स्पॉट किया इसको. अबे पड़ गया.
Patience, it prevails. Fozy's AWP finds Heavy God. That time is ticking, but that frag is everything. Finding Huxi off the big box. Is it another back-to-back 1v2 from
वापस से 1v2, वापस से सेम बंदा.
Just get this party started.
वो भी लो है. टाइम भी नहीं है. भाई क्लच कर गया.
6 G2 0.
Dancing right now.
भाई ये बंदा भाई सेवियर है भाई. Astralis का सेवियर है भाई.
Within that round, Wrinkle changing position. It tells you they're trying to rejig the setup. They want to put him in.
Chihuahua, welcome to the stream. भाई MST की स्ट्रीम पे बात करें. अभी EWC की स्ट्रीम चल रही है, इसमें बेस्ट लैपटॉप और MST का भाई.
Understanding of the situation right now, G2.
मैं लैपटॉप यूज नहीं करता तो मेरे को आइडिया नहीं है ब्रो. कौन सा अभी के टाइम में बेस्ट रहेगा भाई.
Fozy starting very strong. 7 kills sure, but it's these clutches right.
But I believe जिसके स्पेक्स अच्छे होंगे भाई वो बेटर लैपटॉप है.
He's putting it in. And this is already enough on the T side for Astralis.
Back to back clutch कर रहा है भाई.
To account that Falcons game just the other day.
लगा दिया भाई G2 के तो लगा दिए वैलो में G2 क्या थे अभी G2 देखो क्या
yeah the G2 engine it's coughing and spluttering.
Astralis has always cooked
it going. Looks like it is going to be that tech pause. Nerds has just left the server.
Yeah, just to talk through that round, right? They didn't have B lane control. The setup with the AWP, they're expecting something a little bit faster, so they secure mid. They were actually very passive
technical pause
so they were lacking info. They got to rotate in the early stages, and that's where they get caught off guard. So wouldn't be surprised if we get another SOAR tactical timeout, whether that's going into this partial or the next full. So we'll hold off while we have the headsets off. It's not allowed to communicate during the tech timeouts, so they'll have to sit and stew in this one while we sort out Nertz's issue.
Eye contact is allowed and the smart glass is open, so you can have a look. You can be a nosy Nelly if you want.
Suppose he's taken a little bit of a look out. Right, go earlier in the year with Astralis. You take EPL out in Stockholm. Had a decent performance in third. Rivals in Fort Worth, another one in a venue with a 5th, 6th placement. For G2 on the other side of things, you've got Krakow 5th, 6th, Cologne 5th to 8th, Rivals 5th to 6th.
Not hearing a lot of podiums.
No, and won a playoff game in a Tier 1 event in 2026. So Astralis have been able to manage that. G2 have not. Problem solved, back underway, and another partial. You're in the washing machine right now, G2. This is a horrible play. You're not saving any guns, or if you are, it's not enough to get the full buys behind. This is a miserable start. This is one of those anti-force. The tree boost, the jiggle from Hunter, they do the same over towards Cave with a jiggle and a smoke, the same towards Ramp. They're just looking to block, and they will get company with the setup. So
push counter push
partial investment, but this favors them. This looks promising, really promising when you find two on a P250. Wrinkle's signature weapon of choice aside from the AWP, it is that classic $300 pistol. He's put it to fantastic use, and now Astralis, you're up the
$300 gun se do bande maar diye.
A couple more of those.
Shot like that, I guess.
They've still got plenty of time, and I think Hooksy's had some important kills within these
mid-round
scenarios. This is against the light, but the in-game leader still wants to force the issue over towards A. No secret about this, making steps. That'll be heard from Nertz. B lane being clear, so they have a good idea. This is the finish.
P2
push securing that rotation. Mattis leaving the site as well, and here they come.
This is not a fantastic angle at range with an MP9. Hunter's going to be hard.
अरे एक ही मैगजीन है इसका तो तीसरी बुलेट चल गया भाई चल गया
swings on out, gets away with it.
Blocks the donut smoke. That's nice.
Smoke में भाई dodge कर दिया.
Gives him more angles to work with, and that heavy god flank. This looks great.
Block कर दिया
to close it out, but Yabi finds Mattis.
Oh my god, ऊपर मार दिया.
12 seconds. Surely no chance. Absolutely nothing.
G2 का राउंडर है, G2 का राउंडर है, G2 का राउंडर है.
And they will peppering him down.
आ गया. भाई G2 ने एक राउंड निकाल दिया भाई. गन ही नहीं थे इन पे. CS2 तो है guys.
They stayed in A main. The util usage there was great, but they were always up against
CS2 is actually very beautiful, just saying.
Hopefully that helps Wrinkle get his stage legs. Here it is again.
क्या मारा भाई इसे दो, क्या मारा भाई.
For the young man.
इसे यहाँ दो मार दिया, वहीं पे मोराल तोड़ दिया Astralis.
No need to show the frustrations yet, but the finances already whittled away. Astralis, those clutches.
मेरे push कर दिया भाई लोगों ने, अरे भाई भाई भाई.
Left you in a bit of financial ruin. Sure, you've got those rounds, but now you're operating with pistols around these Khalils and singular AKs. They want to try the A site once more.
Yeah, you have that sniper supremacy as well. Just what, Galil AK.
Hunter's on his own. Rotation will be through Donut.
Okay, Ryu down easy for Hunter, but bell rung and dumping util, trying to delay. He's done well. He's done exceptional.
दो मिल गए उसको, दो मिल गए भाई.
Buys time.
दो मार दिया.
He's down the law. One from Stare in Temple keeps us interested.
3v2. उसमें से एक लो है.
Much more come of this for Stare and Fozy.
HP देख रहे हो guys? HP का ओवरले देख रहे हो? आधा हो रखा है वो.
Make a play.
ये लो गलत. भाई ये तो लो है मर जाएगा. ये मारा. और एक राउंड आ रहा है G2 का.
20 HP though, and bomb lost towards that elbow.
Yeah, rerouting to join Mattis is Nerd, so he's going to give up Donut. He's going to silently rotate over to play off of each other. likely let Matters play first, then
भाई ऑफ सेव कर लो, पैसे नहीं है तुम पे, पीछे आप पड़ी है।
They want to take the fight and overstep the mark.
यार आप ले नहीं थे पिछले राउंड में, गिर गए तुम, माय बैड।
As you said, in his wheelhouse, sure.
तुम पैसे ही नहीं है इन लोगों के पास।
With an AK, just got to hit the headshot. With this M4, it's going to be a whole lot tougher.
Oh, he actually connected the AG. Finds
पड़ा
matches
भाई।
on team. Nerds is the contingency plan. Make no mistake. Mattis, does it on his own. No worries. Double out of him. Triple in defensive A from Hunter.
Yeah, beautiful work. The flash came in to support Hunter there, but still, he was in a very, very tough position. And what was costing them early, rotating out of position, he just made it into the sight box in time. So well done. This is the course correction of the half.
Yeah, and stubborn on A or Astralis.
Yeah, that earlier conditioning, right? I can understand doing it on the pistols or on the anti-ecos, anti-forces. You want to keep them honest. You want to make sure somebody starts over towards A. They can't just be 3-2, whether that's middle or B. But now they're down to eco. So the clutches were good. Got you a nice bed of rounds, but momentum could swing the other way. We've been talking about this all EWC long. All the Counter-Strike events, they have these 2.5-minute ab breaks. Right here, it's 30 seconds, you're back underway, so the momentum can mean a lot.
So can a couple of confidence-boosting eco frags. It's only one from Mattis, though.
Yeah, he's quite animated as Mattis. They're in, they're planting.
That's...
smoke through मार दिया उसको।
हाँ? Fine. Good read of the situation from Heavy God, knowing that just to try and get something out of the eco.
3-6 होगा ले।
The extra cash.
फिर से attack pass नहीं।
Denied. Third round secured.
भाई कमबैक हो रहा है G2 का। कमबैक हो रहा है भाई G2 का। G2 फैन जाग गया भाई। G2 फैन जाग गए।
Some firepower missions in the buy for Astralis. It's 2 Galils for Yabi and Hooksy. The rest of the AKs, no Fozy, AWP. Mid-harass util. Just want to soften up that of Nerds and Hunter, and done.
He is out. Oh, gets caught. Doesn't matter.
वहाँ पर इतने फ्लैश में उसको अंधे में मारा, अंधे में। इतने फ्लैश में अंधे में मार दिया उसको वन टैप।
He's committed behind his box and trying to find the angle around the edge of that donut smoke. Mid-flying the Astralis flag for now.
और सबसे अच्छी बात है पूरी जितने भी जन खेल रहे 10 जन को एक ही पिंग आ रहा है।
Worming out as is Nerds, surrounded, 2 of them in the donut smoke. Are they going to go for?
ये लैंड में खेलने का एक ही फायदा है भाई, एक ही पिंग मिलता है।
I think they push through this and take the fight.
सबको एक पिंग आती है भाई सबको।
You just heard that audible reload, and you will start to slink further in.
Fake on B.
Ooh, overlooked that. He was preparing his crosshair for something else.
Bomb loose.
Back. That's the end
Spray
of the round,
transfer.
surely.
Okay. 1v2 मारा उसने।
Committed with the bomb, now surrounded by all 3 of the remaining CTs, and it even gets better. Hooksy trying to pit that gap cross temple.
They will know this came from B, right? Yabi was throwing B fake utility.
C4 तो इनके पास ही पड़ा हुआ है। स्पॉन से आ रहा है बेल्बो और पकड़ लिया।
T-spawn, Nerds with a massive round, 3 for him.
खाने से कोलावा भेज दिया।
And the recovery well underway. See Mattis, right? He has to worry about B's coming over. They did want to push through that donut smoke on contact. His mind gets drawn to the B side, not so focused on the crosshair. Still wants to play for.
अबे Astralis लेके टाइम आउट।
This is very well done from Nerds. Right, bomb down in this position. Essentially, the
ये
round
जीटे का हाथ हो चुका है गरम।
Yeah, and good spray control considering the evasive maneuvers adopted by his opponent there.
अब जीटे का हाथ गरम हो गया भाई।
Get broken after. Was a couple of high clutches from Fozy. Has again just left them in financial ruin here. It's going to have to be a partial and then a full gun round for the final. Going to get that 3400. So this allows them to bring out some pistol upgrades. So we're starting to see it take shape. There's plenty of Deagles, and that's telling us something a little bit slower. Right? If they had the Tech 9s, the smokes, right, we could see something a bit more in your face, a bit more direct. With the Deags, I think they are just going to have to take their time and allow these pistols to search.
You can't brave the mid protocol.
Incendiary
elbow smoke. Were you with flashes? Perhaps there is a second timing they're trying to hit.
अच्छा टाइम आउट लिया ही नहीं है लोगों ने। भाई टाइम इतना कैसा आ रहा है भाई? है जी?
So B fake, then mid will work.
तो B setup हो गया। 2 बंदे B setup फेक कर रहे हैं भाई, बाकी 3 मिड।
Slink out middle and strikes. Whoa, that second bullet.
भाई what?
Magnetizes to Ryu's face.
ये क्या मारा?
Clean shot down so far, and it only gets better. Wrinkle catches Hooksy, poking his nose out heaven. Another headshot for Nurse.
तो 3 मार दिए उधर खड़े खड़े।
conversation will need to become as Fozy.
Something.
Yeah, another matters. You see,
He's
the
having a
cam's up the
game.
whole time. He's definitely wears his heart on his sleeve.
इनके टीम में हर बार यही बच जाता है भाई क्लच गॉड की तरह.
If you're Astralis, just looking to get that 7th to stop this momentum.
अब ब्लू के पास से मार जरा स्पैम मार पड़ेगी उसको वॉल बैक.
G2 will be happy to they converted it on the trot, but this one is just going to be slow and steady. Fozy hoping more frags come his way. This is really just for the stats. There's more than enough money for G2 to buy into the next for everybody, right? So even if he shaved off another
राइट पे स्पैम मार दे भाई पड़ जाएगा दीवार के थ्रू. और तेरी ऑफ मार.
We've got 1 round left of the half.
So yeah, I guess the question is about that momentum. Can you stop it? In response to 6 on the trot from Astralis, G2
हमारा इधर खड़े-खड़े से 3 मारा है भाई.
And that's 6th available.
I think it's just the frustrations as well that if you're Astralis you want to stay away from. You get 7, it's like, okay, but 6-6, we had such a good start. We let it slip, we had those chances. And then you know that Fozy had to get you across the line with a couple of clutches, so how convincing was it?
Valid. Speaking of Fozy, he is playing around the edge of that smoke, just tantalizingly close to the flames. Doesn't announce his presence and clearing through. Nuts was not ready for that. Aggressive Orpa opens up. Heavy God finding Yavi, running into Wrinkle, blows the boots off the stair. 2 main, and he's going to be disruptive force. He's playing up close, he's ready. Oh, and pops out to the dig. A golden opportunity for the 1-2. Swinging through, Hunter. Overlooked stair. They just ran straight past each other. Ships in a night. And now round 12, it's going to be one hell of a fight. There's no reason not to fight for this. Tooth and nail. Mattis and Heavy God to try and forge a path back into A. An approach from A main from Heavy God.
Yeah, Mattis needs to make some noise, right? That incendiary throne means they know there's a play towards CT or Temple.
Here we go. Oh, Hooksy just started to consider that. Stand that trade attempt, and it's instantaneous. Good luck, Mattis. Have fun.
1v2 ऊपर से ऑफ लगा रखी है भाई ये बंदे ने. उसका ही प्लांट है ऊपर से. कद्दू नहीं देता और डिफ्यूज करने. फर्स्ट हाफ हो गया भाई 5-7.
Stopping momentum. Astralis do. They managed to post just that 7th in the last chance saloon.
Yeah. They get this pistol, they can run away with it here. If you take a look at the half in terms of opening kills, we're tied up 6-6. Scoreline to 7-5. It's the pistol and the clutches that are real difference makers for Astralis in that half. Wrinkle could have been heating up there. He was the man that got the impact on the P250 to get things going.
कंट्रोल में उस दिन रात को हम लोग मैच देख रहे थे जब ग्रुप से चालू था. इसने मेरा रॉकेट लीग का जीसी हुआ था सैटरडे को. भाई उड़ के बंदे मार रहे थे, उड़ के जंप करते हुए हेडशॉट पड़ रही थी भाई. और जो बंदा मारा था वो टीम बाहर हो गई. तब बुरा लगा भाई.
Already investing quite heavily into utility.
We've had a few conversations about Astralis and their Dust 2. That's the map we're heading into next, the choice of G2. It's a map that they played 23 times this year. They've only won at 6. So getting Ancient feels mandatory if they want to take the series today.
Ryu's got his work cut out for him, but he has got the whole
G2 निकाले तो comeback है.
Start for the CTs and Yabi
लग गया लंका.
Ryu goes looking. That's what Wrinkle's waiting for. He's supposed to be covering. Hunter was lining up nades, and Ryu racks up 2. Stair stops. Another onto Mattis.
Astralis push करके पेल गए भाई.
Was G2. Astralis have crumpled it up into a ball and set it alight.
Push करके दे दिया भाई इनको तो.
From Nerds, but still this one is looking impossible now. They'd have to be given these fights.
It's a frustrating one for Wrinkle.
Have you got trying to set up Nerds there with that flash? Hey, I'll flash, you swing, we take this together.
पीछे से पकड़ा जाएगा. जंपा पा रहा है एक बंदा.
Fozy, it's not the weapon you want at range, and he actually
वो बड़ा खोल दिया
gets
इसका.
it onto Heavy God.
You can just block them with this smoke and call cancel on the chase. He's actually denied donut, so A feels safe. 45, get a couple of kills, get the bomb down. That'd be a success for G2.
पर 9
right
HP है भाई क्या चल रहा है? 8 HP 21 HP 9 HP पूरा मैं भाई. तीन में तो छिले पड़े भाई सिटी के.
Has managed to profit off of the distraction, but it is just that one clean from Astralis to start.
See G2, they feel like they're playing behind. I'm just talking about the scoreline. I'm talking about the tone of the game, right? I think Astralis have done well to set the tone, and they'll be able to keep that up. G2 They are going to force, but they didn't get the bomb down, so that means we're just going to have some Tech-9s and light util behind it.
गलत push किया guys इधर.
No Galils. Nothing punchy. As we get back underway, red smoke out from Nerds. So they are just all in rushing this A site, so pressure will be on the Swedish sniper with an M4. It's backed off, he's out of position. They should be able to get in and get the bomb down.
Feels like it's going to be a certainty now. Sure, a couple of bullets do connect onto Mattis and Wrinkle softened up, but that bomb plant is a certainty.
They only have smokes, there's no HEs to break, and I don't see a kit.
Oh wow, damage both ways.
उसको damage पड़ा लेकिन वो मरा नहीं, लेकिन सामने वाला मर गया जिसके हाथ में गन थी भाई. Very real.
Don't forget what they're working with though, Chad. It is just the pistols. With the bomb now down. Lights and a deagle headshot into Stare. Hunter tucked. Favorable with the Tech-9 up close. Ryu struggles, but finds it. Trade from Mattis, low HP. You got a 2 on 3, and they're backing away, accepting defeat. An open A site. I bet they couldn't believe their eyes as G2 emerged onto the A site.
Astralis ने eco में पीछे फेंका उनको.
Yeah, that one's tough. They didn't really have the util to try and breach back in there, and no kit meant they were always on the clock. So G2 will get themselves something to start into this game. It's a 2-round gap, 8-6. Favor of the Danish organization.
भाई G2 मेरे को लग रहा है करने वाले को एक होने वाला पहला गेम में उठी होने वाला.
We will have the force by wars back from Astralis, right? They save a couple of guns. They're going to upgrade again with their
पहला गेम में उठी होने वाला भाई.
Light loss bonus coming in, but G2 win this. It's going to have to be an eco, and we can tie up the scoreline 8-8. So how quick the tides can turn. Now he's cooled on for a bit, but still early stages. He wants to take the fight close mid.
Ryu's got his work cut out for him here. It's heavy, got Mac 10, and it's easy for the
लो जी counter push पे देगा वो.
With Hooksy finding Mattis cave side as well, they are in such hot water.
Just trying to bully this A side again, and they are the ones who are struggling now. 2v4 situation. The bodies aren't there to push through the smokes for Astralis. They will have to respect it. So just going to spam.
Got Stare low through the
वो
smoke.
spam पड़ी उसको. Walk through. 3 HP
Yeah,
है.
those smokes aren't going to last. They're fading now.
Gabby's on the flank as well. He's a little bit late to this, but he is making a move.
Hunter in a 2-on-4 knows he has to find some equalizing frags here, and now gets in for 1-2. 2 CT up close. Yabi finding Nerds, puts it all onto the shoulders of Captain Hunter, and that's Fozy. Quick to adjust as Hunter takes the engagement. It's clean. It's a quick response.
So they go back to more of the same, but it's going to be worse with the by this time for G2.
क्यों नहीं लेते? P90 पता नहीं.
Fair play to Ryu. Sure, you expect one, but the second is what I'm most impressed
Maybe
by. This
P90
one here.
expensive weapon
That's
SMG.
what you'd expect from him there, and the fact they shaved
उससे
them
better
off in
MP9 है
cave.
close range पे. कम पैसों में.
Options to reroute.
जोरा से 2 मारते हैं भाई उससे counter push
Graces
करके.
to get
Amen.
that bomb down, but just a light bit of spam caused the cancel.
रायू ने मार दिया भाई 2.
Feigning
Mid push कर गया अब तो.
mid control round, but they're just going to try and waltz out into A. Ryu up close.
Oh, just enough of a gap.
पूरे मर गया.
Nerds proceeding forward.
फिर मारा MP9 से भाई.
Mattis is late to this, and he has the bomb.
कोई smoke के अंदर मार दिया उसको.
And yeah, they're going to take Hunter.
और एक मार गए.
Easy. Safe plant.
और हाथ
from
गर्म
the
हो गया भाई
donut
इसके.
angle, held by Heavy Gods. Deagle, and it's deadly once more. Ring down. Oh, quick from Yabi. Finds it necessary. Now just Wrinkle and...
Good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck, have fun. A Tech-9 versus 4. And they know where you are in the flames. Still delivers the headshot. Flank from Fozy secures. Astralis up to double digits.
Yeah, just what I was talking about, this could be tied up for G2. Now they're in a bit of a hole, right? Their loss bonus 1900 plus the bomb going down.
भी
There's an
effective
extra
है.
600 for
हाँ
everybody.
वो MP9 सस्ता है.
But we'll have to be an eco unless Saul wants
और
to
है
take
बहुत
a
गंदी
timeout
गन है भाई
and pull
close
them
range
into
पे.
a
बहुत ज़्यादा
force
गंदी
to
गन है. Fire rate बहुत ज़्यादा है उसका
life.
P90 से.
Otherwise, you're essentially giving over 11 for free.
Smoke के अंदर मार दिया भाई इसको बुरा लगा भाई.
Yeah, so Ryu being the bane of their existence with this MP9 in a couple of straight rounds. The plan does allow a couple of upgrades.
P90 expensive तो नहीं है जितना मुझे याद है, पर मैं भी कंटिन्यू जीरो के हिसाब से बोल रहा हूँ.
G2.
नहीं P90 CS2 में SMG सबसे P90 सबसे महंगी वेपन है. उससे बेटर तो वो आ जाएगी ER में FAMAS आ जाएगी.
It's all about hoping that the pistols can find something on their own volition, and upstairs through in the crosshairs. That'll be the opening kill. And the rest should really start to follow.
जितना मुझे आइडिया है P90 को CS में नर्फ भी किया करंट.
Efficiency on the Deagle so far is Mattis. Every time.
He's having a game.
He's having one of those. Right, well, just 3 more to sweep this under the rug.
मैच पॉइंट तो पहुंच ही गई है, काइंड ऑफ डबल डिजिट तो हो गई भाई.
Ever feel better about your, you know, rough games?
Yeah, watch Mattis.
Watch this demo. Watch Ancient for G2 Astralis here at EWC. Watch that demo and just see it all from his POV. X-ray off. Really, you know, feel it.
Yeah, him and Yabi are having some of those games, right? The two lagging behind on the scoreboard, but thank Fozy for those clutches in the first half. Astralis, they
भाई ये रायू अलग घुस के मार रहा है भाई.
Last man alive.
ये तो अपने रायू बन गया, सच में घुस के मार रहा है.
This one, and there's no point overstepping. He has to make the move, and will for you. Kills for him there. 18 frags deep. Starting to find some impact. That's now or never for G2 on map number 1. Question will become, is there enough signs of life for G2 in this for them to be able to pull through the punish on Dust 2? It hasn't been for G2 in recent times either. But Astralis...
yeah, you gave us the stats. It was brutal.
6 out of 23.
Yeah, ugly. Okay, so like you said, an ancient necessity, and they're very close to making it reality.
Yeah, this has been pretty quick.
But is it going to be cut and dry?
To establish any rhythm on the T side, any rhythm at all, really. This is your first full gun round for G2 on the second half of a map that is quickly slipping away. Europa doesn't have his AWP. Hunter has a Galil.
आज जो हारेगा उनके मेडल तो गए भाई.
Something 3 strong in mid are Astralis.
That's a good nade. Wow, 69 for Nerds. Anti-flash, good awareness of the possibility for this pop, and Stairfall blind, but that's what you want, that 1-2.
आधी टीम ही मर गई.
In middle.
90% टीम ही मर गई भाई वहाँ पे.
You can see from Astralis there, right? Let's take stage 1. Let's get to Donut, let's get to Pocket, let's see what they're throwing. Once that's secure, once we know that it's not all out wall, we're going to drop the next wave of utility.
G2 ने टाइम आउट तो लिया, लेकिन क्या फायदा हुआ? आधी टीम ही मर गई उसे.
Way too easy. That's what you want to see, right? That's exactly what you're hoping for when you're talking about the protocols, the way you want to approach these rounds and make it look. They're up against dry runs right now.
Astralis counter push बहुत अच्छा खेल रही है.
900 loss bonus going into what will be the last and final. The bomb down in middle, 50 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, he's not good for Ryu.
And another kill for Ryu, up to 19 now. Sitting top of the tables.
Okay, guys, one more round.
These halves.
Astralis निकाल जाएगी.
Going to close it right now. Just one more round, as the last 2 have been flawless. One of them was an eco. This was a gun round, and you get nothing done. So
कुछ भी पड़ी यहाँ पे smoke के अंदर कुछ भी मारा है भाई.
Comfortable right now. And a CT side with 5 AK-47, so that's going to feel pretty damn nice going up against 4 Galils, an MP7, and very limited util.
Yeah, 5 AKs, but not a single one on the T side. Rough.
Looking to pipe out mid. They do have the space. They are undetected, but it is noted that this is open. Charles are aware that they are giving middle right now.
Okay, Stair, how do you approach this? Nerds on that grab walk, and it's a good trade from Mattis. Yabi's feeling that pressure. Dumps his util and takes cover in the smoke. He's going to play right next to Heavy God. He knows it's a possibility for that walkthrough, but he's bought himself time. Flash!
Oh, bhai, ye ka flash tha.
They were doing the dance. There's Heavy God at least out main. Now Ryu confirms his position. A nice find onto the Temple player. Hunter, Fate draws out the incendiary. It's this clash between Wrinkle and Hooksy that will determine just how in trouble G2 are.
They have to back off, they have to reset. I don't think they can plan towards A. They're hanging around, but they're worried about the possibility of a flank, but we should know where both players are. Hooksy just parked the bus in Donut.
Yeah, the loss of Donut really does change the dynamic, doesn't it? You got Fozy investigating CT, and the absence of a plant has them questioning, where are they off to?
Yeah, they'd have to be noisy if they wanted to make this move, so Chance are aware that this will be the A finish.
But giving them enough rope, letting them play this one out. 25 seconds, confirmed it has to be on the A site. You can see Hooksy is paranoid about the potential through mid. And that's a turn! They just line up for him, that's one hell of a finish. And a 13-6 smashing to start us off.
Simple stuff for Astralis on this one. Both pistols, some clutches from Fozy.
Astralis को ज़्यादा one-sided खेल गई.
Of G2 in round of 16, single elimination. This one was quick.
कुछ ज़्यादा one-sided खेल गया भाई.
The mouse and keyboard. You want a different look for them going into Dust 2 coming up next.
As we take a look at some of the highlights, it's Puckett alongside Yanko and Dupree. Dupree, a 6-0 start for Astralis was a statement out of the gates. How did this first game play out?
Yeah, that was a big statement.
आज स्ट्रीम में देख यहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है और यहाँ तो लेवल चल रहा है भाई स्कोर.
Aggression from the CTs could come in.
FUT और इनका तो लेवल चल रहा है भाई स्कोर. What the hell? ये क्या है 7-8? इनका तो कुछ अलग ही चल रहा है भाई. और इनका भी इंशेंट ही लगा. दूसरा अनुबिस, तीसरा मिराज मैप है. अरे बाप रे.
Stops any more aggression momentarily. And Magic decides.
CS में guys Valo में tense था. CS में tense ही है भाई.
They want to aggress. The smoke's about to fade. Fade 8. Timing not going to be in your favor, although good for one. Next Cloud still aggresses.
इन लोगों का तो बहुत कट्टू-कट मैच चल रहा है.
5-7, and it will cost him his life. Bodies continue to drop all around. A 2-on-2. Foot. 35 seconds to work with. EW in mid does get spotted out. For Benny, tosses a nade down there. Mosvold's going to hear the rotations in towards B. So AW a chance to try to stay alive, a chance to try to defend. 5-7 close range, taps away, not able to find a kill. Bomb gets planted. And it's just Mosvold with a recovered AK.
1v2 और इसके सामने आ रहा बंदा. अरे हगली. सबको सेम मैप नहीं वीटो होता है वैलोरेंट की तरह. बट ये लोग को भी सेम ही काइंड ऑफ आया है. बट सेकंड और थर्ड मैप अलग है. सेकंड मैप इनका एंशिएंट है. अनुबिस सॉरी मैप.
Great first half team, but it just seems like something inside just dies off consistently. We see a sharp downward trend on the second half of this squad, and it's obviously continue to rear its ugly head at one point up 4 rounds now.
यहाँ पे चल रहा है FUT और मैजिक का मैच चल रहा है.
Moon's gotten up. We have something
इनका नाम ही मैजिक है भाई. 88 हो गया भाई इसका.
Does it happen now? Can it happen now?
वहाँ देखो एस्ट्रालिस का मैच 1-sided खत्म हो गया. तब बुरा लगता है भाई.
Kind of ran back into this.
You know that both these teams don't mind getting down and dirty, playing a
close. Yeah, now ice gloves. हाथ पहने इसने.
Tides can swing back and forth. Symmetry spots a jump from Oswald.
पिंक कलर के ग्लव्स है भाई. पिंक एंड ब्लू कलर के.
Doesn't exactly want to get his head ripped off, so he stops, jumps.
यश भाई क्या हाल है? CS2 आई.
Straight back to it. Foot completely leaving A and mid unoccupied.
और चला दिया.
W burnt out. Krabeni able to make the better of it. Moon close range with the op. Able to trade back. And a hit comes out on B. Jugs.
ये क्या स्मोक है भाई?
Oswald not swinging on the timing. Instead, it's Moon to be able to shoot Jugs in the back. Line back up. Op still comes into play. And it's absolute destruction. Magic lay waste to Foot.
ऊपर मर गया.
Demon a chance.
1v2 वापस से. Drop उठा ली.
27 HP, 23 kills in the game so far. Was shot through the smoke. Magic do finally convert in the second half of play. And just as fast as it was tied up, they take the lead back.
That was a anybody's round scenario. Down to a 1v1 again, and we've seen that as a pretty consistent factor here in this matchup. I mean, we knew it was going to be one of the best games of the day, if not the best game of the day. These two teams, again, young teams that just need to really prove themselves, and they're proving it at this point.
Excitement, passion, and energy. I think that's the 3 words that you use to describe this matchup. And X-Cloud just jumps around the corner with a Mac 10 Prime. Moon has to try to do something.
एक भी नहीं मिला. अब मिला, but never mind.
Able to only get one. Symmetry continues to push, but it's just up the demon. Deja vu from the previous.
Oh my god, का गंदा शॉट मारा.
A kill to land, 3 on the round, a chance for a 4K.
बहुत गंदा शॉट मारा.
For a clutch once more. He wants to creep around behind the bomb.
1v1 बहस किया.
Has to be aware of this potential. Has to be aware of the possibility. But Demon so much time to work with instead.
और ये टाइमिंग
favors towards mid.
वो रेड रूम घुसा और पीछे मुड़ा.
Demon can walk his way around. And surely there's no way AW expects this.
अबे डोनट चेक करेगा मोस्टली.
Doesn't even think it's a
और अभी भी सिटी
possibility.
चेक कर रहा है तो.
Once again, focus towards the ruins, focus towards CT. The box will block him for a moment. It's just a matter of who turns first.
अरे
Looks at the other one.
अरे अरे
AW able to turn around. Denies the 4K.
एडल बाप समझा MP9 कितनी फास्ट क्यों है?
Himself and double digits secured for Magic.
क्या टाइमिंग हुई है भाई यहाँ पे.
Sometimes all it really does is just come down to who is a little more self-aware.
जो पहला मुड़ा वो पहला देख लिया भाई.
Each player
दोनों एक दूसरे को नहीं देख रहे.
each other's past, but instead it was just a beautiful dance to the very death. And it is again double digits for Magic. It's felt like a little bit of an uphill battle in the
भाई ये
second
मैप पे
half,
चार
but
गाइस इस साइड पे चार स्मोक से एंटर करने के लिए 4 स्मोक. एक तुम्हारा यहाँ पे सिटी हो गया, एक सामने बॉक्स पे गिरा, एक टेंपल पे गिरा और एक डोनट पे गिरा. भाई 4 स्मोक के लाइनअप भाई. मिराज पे 3 ही रहता है तब ए साइड घुस रहे होते हम लोग.
Tries to block the bomb, can't quite get it done. Pushes,
अरे
repositions.
देगा घुस के मारा भाई इसको तो.
Tenzi can still have so much impact, but instead it's Fade 8 on the backup. Foot a great job to get that bomb play.
हो गया भाई 11-8.
Get the opening kills. But then at the end of the day, the pistols, they just couldn't withstand against the rifles. And that's now 11 rounds. Penultimate map point in favor of Magic. This is their map pick.
भाई ये बढ़िया है सीएस में कि अपने हाथ के हिसाब से ग्लव्स, नाइफ, पूरा का पूरा सेट रखो भाई.
26 and 13, a 2 flat KD with
लाइट वेट होने की वजह से फटाफट मूव कर सकते हैं. मूविंग का कुछ नहीं है, मूविंग का कुछ नहीं, खाली फायर रेट.
is a demon map right now for him.
Fire rate का
it's just not enough. Somebody on this foot squad needs to activate. I mean, we're seeing
क्या ओवरले है भाई सीएस का, क्या ओवरले है भाई. वैलो को ऐसा क्यों नहीं था भाई ओवरले.
19 and 12, Spade 8,
कौन क्या बात कर रहे हैं, किससे वो भी दिख रहा है. माय कौन किसका है.
1KD mark again. Is it
Holy
tale as old as time with this squad right now?
Maybe at the end of the day, it's all about who wins, you know? Victors get to write in the history books. It doesn't matter how you get there.
ये मैच खत्म होगा वहां पे शुरू हो जाएगा वाला मैच.
That you get there. Everything is earned, especially when it comes down to the wire like it is in this matchup. Every inch given up, you have to take as much as you can. And once again, it's just gonna be a fast hit onto the bomb site. Foot. Smoke out Moss ball. Tenzi, the timing's not there. A double spray through the smoke.
वो मार दिया स्मोक थ्रू भाई. वो बंदे ने वहां पे कोने में खड़े खड़े. What the hell?
Does eventually lead into a 2-on-2 where Moon is able to readjust. So Symmetry, AK in his hand, Plant goes down, Spade 8 close by. A smoke blocks it off. Buys time for the reposition of Moon.
2v1 था 1v1 हो गया. इस पे ऑफ पे ऊपर से आधा एचपी है ये.
On to Spade 8. And Moon has this up. Not the most ideal weapon in this situation. But the one that Moon is most comfortable with.
आधा एचपी अगर से वन टैप मार देना इसको तो फिर तो हो गया भाई.
Symmetry not ready. Ramp push once again. They don't spot each other. Moon tries to reposition, but it's just not in time. And Symmetry
ठीक है भाई.
able to continue to fight in favor of Foot.
Another one of those scenarios of who has the better spatial awareness. And honestly, Moon had the drop, just flicked over to the right shoulder at the worst possible timing. But still, these two teams, there's no real strategy to it at this point. It's throw the utility, get on site, and come out on top. And it is just a brawl every round.
Again, and that's why the prospect of this matchup was so exciting, right? Just because
ये तो 9-11 हो गया है भाई यहाँ पे इसको.
how dirty they like
इंग्लिश में बोल भी नहीं सकता भाई.
You never know what fully to expect
अलग
when you have
बीट
these
है
rosters playing. And once again, up B. Space given by Magic. Demon pushes in, but it's 2 kills in
भाई उधर
favor
वो
of
बंदा
Magic.
कोने में खड़े खड़े ही मार रहा है भाई.
Ducks in a line, spray down. It's Magic with
Match
a clean
point.
round. And that
Magic
is
निकाल के
that
पहला
point.
राउंड. इधर की टीम है मैजिक कहाँ की टीम है पहले बात तो
seems like the same thing is happening every round. Occasionally a different outcome, but it is just up ramp, up ramp, up ramp. That's 3, maybe 4 rounds in a row now from this Foot squad who have just gone with the brute force strat. It's panned out once, but other than that, it has put Magic now on map point 12-9, and this buy from the T side is about as abysmal as it can be.
Potentially a chance to kiss Ancient goodbye right now.
जीजे खत्म है F2 के लिए मैच निकाल के खत्म करके भाई ये लोग
Tattered pistols, one single rifle.
पिस्टल में राउंड तो कद्दू नहीं निकलता.
Played well this matchup, but a lot riding on his shoulders right now is Red Murdy being taken. A path in, a crack in the defense. Tenzi does look at the right position. Spots
मैजिक को kind of read भी है कौन कहाँ से आ रहा है.
Trade 1-for-1 and Moon lined up.
एक मारेगा confirm.
Put the off to good use, has to hit the shots perfectly. That's one. Tucks into cover. Will get burned out. But that just allows Spade 8 to wait his time. The bomb gets denied. Spade 8 pushes. And now it's just Krabeni. A Tech 9, a chance to pull it off. Or is this all she wrote within the first match?
किया ना मेरा होगा आज का.
Picks up the Galil. Does catch out AW. The spray. Difficult, but doesn't have to kill. Has to play for the player CT, but not able to get it done. That's Magic in a close series making a statement on their map pick.
A statement?
And one is Esports. Fucking idiots, man. Nice. Good job, boys.
Nice job. Human body was built.
अबे चालू नहीं हुआ.
Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12
मैजिक रशियन टीम है ग्लोबल लिख के आ रहा है उसके लिए इसीलिए ग्लोबल लिख के आ रहा है लोग की टीम का नाम क्या है.
Evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
रीजन का आगे इसलिए कुछ दिया ही नहीं. रीजन का आगे इसलिए खाली ग्लोबल डाल के रखा. कृष्ण ग्लोबल मिलके है टीम में और वहां इनकी जंग खत्म नहीं हो रही. बताओ सूरज भाई कैसे.
Well, it's all AGL, to be honest with you. They kind of coming in as the reigning champions, looking to go back to back, and not just for themselves, but for their organisation as well. They're sitting second at the moment in the club championship.
Club championship में शायद guys वापस से Falcons के ऊपर AGL छा चुकी है.
Secured themselves top 8, so that's 200 points, and it puts them now just 100 behind Team Falcons. So they're really closing that gap. As I said, they're expected to win here, get that 1,000 points, and put some pressure on Falcons. And the pressure's already on Falcons, to be honest.
नहीं Falcons है 100 AGL सिर्फ 100 पीछे है भाई.
One of those top 4 teams.
अरे बाप रे बाप.
It's unlikely that Na'Vi are going to be able to get it done. It's like a 0.2%
भाई CS Falcons को थोड़ा आगे जाना पड़ेगा.
Championship, but there's a little bit of something there.
Okay, interesting. There's a lot of pressure on Falcons over on the CS stage as well, understandably so.
CS में थोड़ा आगे जाना पड़ेगा.
Strike major and hopefully looking to get another club championship.
Falcons की टीम में shoot fighter और
in terms of any
Rocket League में 1000 पॉइंट निकाल रहे हैं. बाप रे बाप.
To par at the moment, or is there anything crazy happening?
Yeah, most things are kind of going as planned for the teams. Vitality coming into this one. We've seen a lot of their Twitter game complaining about the group that they've been thrown into. Coming in as the top team from their region.
अच्छी है हर जगह परफॉर्म करते हैं बस लास्ट में चोक कराते हैं. लास्ट में प्रेशर में तो इतना होता है सूरज भाई. ये आपसे बेहतर कौन समझ पाएगा CS में. हाथ भी थर-थर कांपेंगे और माउस भी कांपेगा ऐसी. अब क्या करोगे लाडल.
Very similar for Vitality when you're looking at CS as well. When we're looking at the bottom side of the bracket, you don't really want to be situated in there. And unfortunately for Vitality, that's exactly where they find themselves. Thank you, Trav, so much for the update. We'll be coming back at you with more Club Championships news.
Falcons निकाल रहे हैं. मेरे को लग रहा है पता नहीं. मेरे को डाउट है कि इस बार का भी वो लोग करेंगे थर्ड कंसेक्यूटिव क्लब चैंपियनशिप. बहुत पैसा है भाई. ऑयल मनी बेबी. मैं जरा पानी भर के आएगा इस.
I'm joined by Alban, the G2 CEO, ahead of G2's debut in the playoffs of the CS2 Esports World Cup 2026 playoffs. Thank you so much for joining me. Just because I'm a CS nerd, I want to start off by talking about your change to the G2 CS roster. You obviously brought in Wrinkle, new AWPer, new style. How much are you involved in those decisions?
I'm involved. I think any decision like that has a huge impact on the organization. It's competitive, so but I'm not the one making the suggestion. I'm not like an expert of each of the 13 games we're in. We got a recommendation from the staff. We have a esports director who is like overseeing all the competition that also is involved. And I come from a more of a sports background, so I have a bit of an understanding of like how a high-performing team works in terms of characteristics and personalities. So most of the time I ask questions about that and the financial aspect of it. So that's the two dimension where I get in and I have to approve everything. So blame me, hate me if you want. At the end, I have to say yes or no, and that's what I did this time.
Well, I imagine you have an eye on the CS team right now for more than one reason, right? Obviously, you want to be making a deep run, but not least because of the club championship, right? At the moment, you're kind of teetering on the edge of actually going home with any prize money. Does that add more pressure on the guys today?
No, I mean, it should not. Like, I think the best way for them to perform is to be supported by their staff with their protocol, and they played football earlier, they had lunch, they look at the map and work on the strats, and that's what they should do, you know? I have a bit more pressure, probably, but that's fine because I think winning or losing matters a lot. At G2, we don't like to be controlled by the results. That's why sometimes we make jokes about no refund and things like that. But I think it's important. Yeah. I mean, we had bad results in our key games of Valorant. Rainbow Six didn't qualify. And then we had a miracle run on Warzone. So now it's time to transform it into a success. And for that, we need one more win.
So निकल जाएगी confirm vitality पेल देगी उनको as of this fan disappointment on top, but actually से जो मिलेगा बस.
It's good that the guys aren't feeling
कल ही होने वाला है सूरज भाई.
Warzone side of the conversation. I'm not too familiar with kind of the underdogs in that, but you guys ended up winning it. Was that a surprise to you?
Yeah, in your eyes, they were the best from the beginning, but you know they were a challenger. I think they ended up last year.
अरे ये कौन सा लैपटॉप है भाई? LQ का भाई green neon निकल रहा है. सवा खरा है भाई दूर से.
I think they were not like the favorites, but we saw that in
दूर से highlight हो रहा है भाई ये तो.
Season, they're always qualifying, always going into playoffs. So it's like
अच्छा ठिला खेल रहा है भाई.
Potential to go top 8, maybe top 4, and that was the goal. And then miracle run. Falcons, Twisted Mind, everybody insulting each other and us winning in the middle of that, so it was great.
Anything you want to say to all the G2 supporters out there to end things off?
Yeah, sorry for all the medical leave you have to take after all games. We love it. For us, it's important. We don't want to be any other esports club. We are an esports club with an attitude, and we're going to keep doing it. Sorry.
Thank you so much for your time, Alban. Yeah, good luck heading into the Counter-Strike match.
Quinky feels like he's living on borrowed time. They're chasing him down, giving him the fights. Quinky with the pole. What a sequence! Apathy, now they burst through. This can go wrong. Gun in a 1v1, and that one goes.
Come on, touch बना रहे आहा. भाई मेरी फेवरेट ऑप. 100 भाई ये भी बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है. Almost close to 2 lakhs. अरे मिलती भी नहीं है. CS2 पे लॉन्च ही नहीं हुआ है. CSGO में था भाई ये स्किन.
We're ready to get this one started. It is 5 straight.
इसमें रेड कलर का भी है, ब्लू कलर का भी है भाई. दोनों ही महंगे. एक स्किन 2-2 लाख रुपए का. और वो सुविनियर निकला तो और महंगा है. 3-4 लाख चले जाएगा भाई इसका.
First official with Wrinkle on Dust 2.
Lots of questions to be asked in this, but it's the ult being plugged in, right? So you know what positions, you know what roles he's going to be finding himself.
E2 guys, ये मैप देख के डिप्रेशन में चले आता भाई. इतना खेल रखा है भाई ये मैप.
G2 2026 are yet to win a playoff match in a tier 1 tournament, and now they're one map down. This is going to be a tough battle for the organization as well. This is an important game for the club championship here at EWC. So we've got org pressure in the mix as well, as Step just runs straight up mid.
I always admire this aggressive start for the CT side. A little unorthodox, no doubt about it, and the fact you're committing forward as well.
ये तो हमारा shots use करेगा इस mid push, हैं?
He doesn't have anything to report.
Astralis भाई हमारे से खेलते हैं.
They've foregone the long control, have Astralis, so all that space is available for G2. They just don't know it. Door smoke lands, short molly will follow. But the smoke, it's going to be tough to clip off heads in this one.
In fact, you've got a second one. I don't think they'll be ready for that. No one
अगर
exposed.
तुझे 2 लाख का रिक्वायरमेंट आया तो मैं देने लायक रहा तो उस पैसे स्किन मत खरीदने जाना भाई. मुझे माफ करो भाई, इतना महंगा स्किन तो मैं ना खरीद रहा भाई.
No, it's not the upper tunnels. That push from Fozy has given them the information.
Given भाई को मैसेज करेंगे straight.
To continue over towards
Given भाई वो स्किन मिल जाती.
Should know what's coming.
Given भाई like ये ले बिट्टू. पूरे WC स्ट्रीम का ये ले. Butterfly चाहिए रख ले. Blue gem चाहिए वो भी रख ले.
They just want to. Okay, they're turning into a B split. All right. They still have the rotations. They know that Fozy's goosed. He's actually playing towards T spawn, so completely out of position now.
Given by blue gem butterfly.
You'd be having to run through a smoke into nerds. So mission accomplished and keeping it risk averse.
ये gamma doppler carambit.
G2.
दो अलग-अलग gloves, Pandora Vice या कुछ हो जाए तो अच्छा लगेगा.
I think that there's going to be a. Hold on a second. We'll see how quick that they can. Get rid of Hooksy and Fozy, both extremely low. 6 points of health between the two of them. Fozy has the armor to hold on to. Hooksy has the kit, so at least assigned to carry through the next round.
5 HP, 1 HP.
That's if they're allowed. But I think
भाई दूर से भी गोली कान के पास में जाके मर जाएंगे लोग.
Good, and with how dominant you were, obviously the clutches came in, the pistols going your way, and you.
यहाँ से one tap मारा ना इसको होगा भाई. इसे spot किया है लोगों ने.
On the CT side, we saw it there on the pistol. Right, the fact that they've run up middle, they didn't get what they were looking for. It wasn't a biff. They weren't able to cause it to be a brawl. But you can push into lower tunnels. I want to see more risks taken. I want to see them take some chances because, yeah, you have lost this map 5 times in a row. You've only won it 6 times out of 23 times played this year. You can't play it the same way.
So
you need to see something with a little bit more aggression, at least in my opinion, out of the Astralis CT side. But Wrinkle does very well. You want to get this man the AWP as quickly as you can here on the T side.
Esports खेलने का एक फायदा है भाई, तुम्हें खुद के नाम की गड़बड़ी मिलती है भाई.
Astralis taking shape.
Yeah, I mean, backing your statement up is Wrinkle. He refunded the AK, went back for a scout just to keep the extra cash in the coffers. It's a scout standoff in middle.
I think it's fortunate as well that Rhea had a very good first map. He's been having a decent event overall, but as the Bianca, at times I can see this man get overwhelmed. So juggling some util, looks like still wanting to keep this 2-3 split. Going through the motions at G2.
Just timing. Spam through the smoke from the Fozy scout.
Trying to channel them in towards A with this, so they're going to reblock the mid doors. Ryu is able to block upper tunnels if he's pressured.
I don't fancy Hooksy's chances. Minimal support. Fozy's scout's on its way, but hardly committing to it. Just going to be playing cart. Hooksy, a chance on the flying Mag 10. It's hard to track. Heavy got 10. First blood drawn, round 2, map 2. In the opening game of EWC, Fozy falls. Range. No output from that scout. Couple of bullets from the Deagle did damage, but Yabi just caught looking the wrong way. He thought Stair was still on the angle, he just dismounted. Oh, and they're keeping it clean, they don't lose anyone.
और एक बंदा एक हैंडगन होल्ड कर रहा है भाई, 4 बंदे लॉन्ग, एक बंदा शॉर्ट. क्या चल क्या रहा भाई?
An economical from Astralis anticipated. Call it 3.
See if Mattis can have a less frustrating game of Counter-Strike coming up.
Yeah, Ancient's one he wants to forget.
There's a couple of flashes in this eco. Equipped on Hooksy. Really, they're just hoping to gamble correctly right now. But quicker to get this map control. RG2 already in through lower. That's all clear. Now, Hunter going to take this space over towards short. Set up by Wrinkle with the flash. Bounds around the corner. Sector clear.
They did manage to hold on to Hooksy's flashes at the very least. Something better than nothing.
Just in the wrong place for this, right? Can't really set up his teammates when they're the ones over towards long. So Hunter calling this clear for now. He's about to get a little bit of company.
Letting the Mag-10 make the space.
And just dodging his flashes. He will catch that one. Still deals with his equal on the other side of Oksbi. And
सारे मारे long वाले.
A bit more cash. The SMG.
हाँ?
2 for his
एक मारा
troubles.
फिर.
Nurtle with Ryu and Fozy, and then you just have the one man of Yabi. Wrinkle. Spot him there on the jump, but it's Nurts with another. And there you have it. Pistol with the conversions. Now, does Wrinkle want to upgrade into the AWP? He can just wield this scout. It's going to depend on the spawn. It's going to depend on the calls. I just want to carry this through and see if he can find some tags on the cross. But that was the simple stuff. Into the business as Fozy will bring out his ult. Now, let's see. Do the CTs want to come in with an inkling of aggression, pushing into lower, forcing the issue? The will not upgrade. Takes the first shot, then brings it into the boost. They will get the long control. A lot of pressure on the mid to be early, trying to force a rotation. They know that Stare is the A rotating rifler. You've got Hooksy anchoring long, and that last man supporting A will be Fozy, the AWPer. So Stare has to make a decision. Do I help Fozy towards short, or do I deal with the mid to B? Well, he's picked his poison, and he's cleared middle, but Fozy's been flashed off.
Yeah, good util from Hunter. Secures short safely.
And this is great right now for Hunter to be able to call with.
इतनी उड़ डालेगा भाई इसने smoke, flash, molly, सब कर दिया भाई उधर.
You've taken no damage whatsoever.
अब smoke भी डाल रहा है.
Stare is
Bro,
playing
util
this
game खेल रहा भाई.
route if they do commit for a mid to B. And here they come. Overlook the corner.
Oh my god, गलत मार.
Easy clear. Pretty far from heavy. God, that's the bomb delivered. Hunter through.
अगर ये तीसरा पड़ जाता दीवार के थ्रू हो जाता.
Recovers the bomb.
You wouldn't go to the mid to B, surely. They must know that there's still the 2 B defenders alive, Ryu and Yabi.
So what's the answer?
दोनों साइड पे दोनों
They're
player.
so split up. They need to try and breach in.
The pressure on the shoulders of those two. You mentioned Yabi. Tucked on sight. Ryu bricks. That's the headshot you needed. Hunter's giving you the way in. Pressure onto the shoulders of just one man. It's Yabi. Precise headshot tracks, but only the one.
2v2.
Got a 2v2 retake, and it looks like there's an early collision course set, and they weren't ready. Hooksy
लो जी 1v2 हो गया.
is proactive. Gives him the advantage, and there's no reason
ये
for
तो सेव ही
Fozy to
करेगा.
throw his AWP into this impossible retake.
If they give him something, sure, but he's great on the clutch as you were looking at Ancient, but that was the T-side, that was with the bomb down. And now he's just going to have to hold on to this. So streaky map so far. This is 4 straight for G2. No real resistance for Astralis just yet.
I mean, that's going to be the one they feel like they should have started, right?
क्या मैच हो रहा है वो हाथ में.
Mid-doors, you read the situation correctly.
Camouflage हो गया है वो skin के साथ. Gloves.
Nice trade from Hunter. And that'll be that as the 4th now notched on the board. But you have to keep in mind that Fozy's alive. You know the AWP's in play. He needs to insert himself into this next round. Fortunately for him, he even kept a HE for good trouble. So, see if he wants to.
हैं? आज फिर आर कर दिया क्या इसने?
Go for a couple of breaks in this race. So this is really all you can ask for, because when he gets traded, it's door spam, which looks nuts.
Big clawback.
Which upload गिरा था guys मेरा. Upload download दोनों गिर गया था मेरा.
This is the map where I see Ryu having quite a few troubles as a B anchor, right? There's a lot of B pops you have to deal with.
यहाँ पे तो अभी G2 guys lead कर रही है. पिछले मैप पे Astralis कर रही थी.
See if he's able to keep up some of that ancient form. As Neo will take his first tactical timeout, get on the mic, and obviously they're going to work out how they can wield this AWP, right? This is where you need some creativity, you need some aggression.
And he's got both. Let's see what Fozy chooses to do with that.
B-rush.
Early B-rush. This is just doors, smoke, go. Fozy's at least here, but what's he supposed to do with an AWP? Up against the rush, still pulls the trigger.
God, भाई blind में मारा उसको smoke through.
Anything's great, a bit of damage, you'd love lethality. Fozy a second onto Mattis. He's edging the smoke. Hunter might not be anticipating him to have this line. He'll stay on it. Stare will walk on through. Hunter, anti-flash. Unaware that they're worming forward off of this lovely lurk smoke outdoors. Gives them options.
भाई स्मोक के अंदर खड़े हो लोग तान के खड़े एक फ्लैश और खत्म सब.
Astralis just won a round.
अरे भाई 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 भाई.
Denied, good find. Fozy, despite his output, doesn't want to overcook, doesn't want to give that AWP away for no reason, and he gets a third onto Nerds.
That's
All for naught.
I'll be 2v2 and never mind, my bad guys.
Lots of money to work with if you G2. Hunter and Heavy God look to get out. 5-0.
Timeout के बाद भी round निकला भाई जल्दी से लगता है.
haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, well, we'll get into their second gun round now. So.
G2 तो कुछ ज़्यादा one side खेल रही है अभी मैं.
As mentioned, I really feel they can take.
भाई ये map कुछ ज़्यादा ही predictable है भाई D2. D2 is very predictable map.
CT side. We'd hate for this just to go like normal and not feel like you tried anything out of the box. But to be fair, G2 have started pretty default heavy, right? They're getting that lower tunnels, they're taking all that mid space. Away we go again. So Wrinkle posted up on the cross. Out long for Matters. Flashed off the line, they'll give over the space.
ये कौन सा क्रेजी लाइनअप था भाई?
That's exactly what Wrinkle was positioned for. You can see this boost. It's to try and catch the smoke break AWPer. His counterpart, however, positioned on short side. Diligent flash work from G2. Nullifies Fozy's opening gambit.
Been a lot of the same with this.
Flop Molly. Still will dismount.
Yeah, Fozy will respect the flashes. Doesn't want to hang around for a bar of that.
Really going fishing for something on this mid-cross. Prior to that commitment, 50 seconds for G2 to find their finish. Fozy might go for a sweep here. If Wrinkle's on the line,
Hunter को मार दे वापस जाएगा यहाँ पे.
Favor the Swede. This is the sweep. That's the
पूरे बॉडी उसको.
Wrinkle low. Hunter maneuvers forward, but he's not with the squad. He's kind of doing a bit of a lone venture. They'll drop CT. A little bit of a gap in the smoke leads to some damage, but the B site falls. Just Yabi to go.
Oh, भाई.
Way too many men on the
Never
screen.
mind, भाई कितने सारे लोग चढ़ गए भाई.
And even a nice pickup top mid. Hooksy from long gets caught towards top palm.
Yeah, this is very, very comfortable right now for G2.
वैसे मैप G2 का ही पिक है. कृष्ण भाई कैसे? अली भाई ये बोलेगा CS में रिटर्न बेच सकते हैं, स्किन करके खरीद लेगा. वाह. वाह. कृष्ण भाई वाह. मैं कभी नहीं करूँगा भाई ये चीज़. भाई तो अंधा पैसा हो ना, अंधा पैसा तब करूँगा ये सारी हरकतें. वरना कद्दू नहीं कर रहा मैं.
The board wiped. So Fozy has a stack of cash. I think take a timeout, talk about this type of a buy because Stair can get himself, Fozy can drop one and still get the AWP. Yeah,
आगे उत्कर्ष भाई तो चौप ही लेंगे भाई आप straight.
Opting for the Famous. Even without that saved AWP, they're still able to get close to fully equipped. It's one kit. Oh, look at this, Alex. This is punishment right now.
थोड़ा मैप है कंफर्म, इन्फर्नो है भाई कंफर्म.
It's just Ryu. The entire Astralis.
क्योंकि मैप तो G2 लेके जा रही है भाई.
Not bad output. 1.5. Heavy got down to 14.
लास्ट गेम में प्लेयर ने बहुत गंदा मारा है.
There's 3 smokes remaining. There's a molly in the mix, so they can continue to replenish.
रायो भाई ने बहुत गंदा मारा भाई.
It's going to be about a CT lurk on the way in, and well, the flashes. There's only a handful of those. But there is the kit, so they can give this one a crack. It is just going to be tough.
Nerds trying to address this potential.
Smoke कर दिया भाई.
Smoke. Nice timing on the molly here from Heavy God. He's even got another smoke.
Yeah, 2 more.
Breaching this, not going to be easy. Flash at the ready. Stare the first. He's making his move.
कितना smoke डालेंगे भाई ये लोग को एक ही जगह पे. अरे अंधे में मार रहे भाई लौंडे.
Ooh, there's Fozy removing Wrinkle. Hang on, time sensitive, no defuse. Ryu would have to be on it now, and he is, but jumping from the heavens, it's the Heavy God.
उड़ते हुए मार दिया उसने.
Right there, he was so low on HP.
Mac 10 से उड़ते हुए मार दिया.
The fact he gets so much value, good stuff for the big man.
Seriously good output on a Mac 10, no less. But they are abusing
this. Guys, 13-0 incoming over.
The fact that they've run B rushes twice now.
Ashal से comeback देखना है क्या? D2 is most decided सारे pools में.
Fucking fucked right there.
मेरे को लगता नहीं है.
Alex, they're doing it again.
13-0 आ रहा है मेरे को लग रहा है.
Chad, don't fix it.
Coming through the grey screen.
Ryu would like some help. FP9.
अरे.
Some damage short, but Yabi with a 5-7, a prayer.
What do you score? भाई लाल हो गया पूरा.
Good luck, have fun. Pushing through, little bit of Yabi. There's some action. Heavy got easy tracking. Finds Fozy. It's comfortable for G2, just zipping up for an 8th.
Couple of players.
भाई ये बंदे का नाम मेरे को मैटी लग रहा है हर बार पता नहीं.
Stat line, but otherwise this would need to be
inspiration.
Rounds the man's career. Okay.
आजकल बिट्टू के थंबनेल इतना ओपा कैसे बन रहे हैं?
If you're the B anchor right now,
तो बिट्टू खुद ही ओपा है.
How do you not take this personally?
ये सारी इंटरनल स्किल्स होती है जो बताई नहीं जाती पब्लिक में, समझ रहे हो? गणेश भाई नजर लगती है भाई.
Is pretty silly, but if they keep getting those spawns and
these are skills
with those Mac 10s, why the hell not? But this is already a great half for G2.
एक बंदे ने मुझे बोला था बिट्टू भाई के थंबनेल में को मजा नहीं आ रहा, उस दिन मेरा ईगो हट हो गया भाई.
Overreact, do you? You don't want to start heavy B and suddenly
कैसे बता, उस दिन मेरा ईगो हट हो गया भाई.
So they're probably going to just go for another. They started 4-1 a couple of rounds ago. Look at this. A bit of a rice smile there.
Felt like you just said, you want to do it again? Look at the spawns though, yeah.
I think Wrinkle might give long a go, right?
Sure.
He might be able to post up on the line. They can get him a bit of space, get someone out towards blue bin. Astralis
इतने दिन से दबा के क्यों रखा था ये इंटरनल स्किल्स? ईगो हट नहीं किया था ना किसी ने?
But the resistance has always come too little too late.
अबे आधे जनों के पास तो वाइज ग्लव्स और पंडोरा है, बताओ.
So standard start. Fozy
क्या है रे भाई ये?
blocks long and
उत्कर्ष गिव करना है यार.
Before that smoke is up.
अच्छा एक स्केलेटन नाइफ ही गिव कर दे मेरे को. 14,000 रुपए की है वो तो मारोल फेड.
So audible to Astralis, the AWP started long side.
You'd love a flash right now.
Ooh, Fozy's in such a forward position. The flash, oh, and the AWP connect.
He just got a glance there of
तो फर्स्ट डॉज के सेकंड डॉज भी होगा उससे.
Give him the info. They're turning this quickly into mid to B pressure.
Yeah, you got that first blood, but how much does that advantage help you with Yabi now gone? They know one of the two names that plays B is removed.
Scrambling Astralis.
Understandably, they know their vulnerable bomb site is once again all on the shoulders of Ryu. Outside of the bomb site, playing to disrupt from the mid side. That's a good find. Removes Hunter and nothing else to report.
All smoke's very awkward.
Dodgy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Could be punishable. Just on the edge of that. Wrinkles.
Timing हटा दिया इसने. और राय घुस का smoke through.
Look at this play. Ryu trying to be disruptive. They'll go off the flash. It connects. So do the bullets. 3 in defense of B from Ryu.
भाई वो घुस के 2 मार गया है.
A little bit of redemption to get the Astralis round started.
13-0 तो नहीं हो रहा.
Thinks there's play through tunnel, but no, it's not planted for it. They're going to swing out and confirm it. For good measure, and that defuse will come through. So Astralis are on the board. And Ryu is the man to stand up.
14,000 में तो GT6 full edition आएंगे just saying. अच्छा.
That's hard to see this being much of a harm.
मैं देखता हूँ कितना तेरा 2 एडिशन आते कैसे. न्यू बंडल देखा क्या वालों का? नहीं देखा यार मैंने न्यू बंडल. इनसी का अपडेट भी नहीं देखा अभी तक. उत्कर्ष भाई मुझे भी सब पता है, सब लोग बना सकता है, मुझे नहीं. अच्छा जरूर, definitely.
A good tempo to this, right? Not letting them establish themselves in the post plant.
Nice guys, sick.
All right, AWP is boosted in suicide. Renko. Can't see much on the cross.
उत्कर्ष भाई by the way CS का वर्ल्ड फीड भी हो रहा है.
Takes the pick in towards low up. Where are this scaling? Notes has been quick to it.
Ooh, missed shot.
वर्ल्ड फील्ड भी देखने को मिल रहा है. Only for CS.
25 for Mattis to work with. Has to stomach the double HE. Fozy turns that flash. Nerds taking this space away. The incendiary, though, in this rock paper scissors game has maintained control.
Starting to get a bit more pace in these rounds, other than these B rushes I was talking about. But when we saw them
go for map control, long पे 2 साइड पे बैठे भाई.
Of a slow roll. Minute 10 on the clock.
No commentary. Only comms. Player comms.
Another flash from Fozy over towards the ramp. So setting that up now.
वर्ल्ड फीड वही तो है. Commentary नहीं है, सिर्फ raw gameplay और तुम्हारा comms game comms.
Right between the wickets. Nerds and Wrinkle flash now. Stead does go on the second. Oh, perfect. Dips in, removes Nerds, falls back and maintains that advantage for the CT side.
Hooksy needs to get something towards long. This is a 2-2 split right now. If he goes down with nothing, the A side's in a box.
Yeah, and it gets awkward for the AWP. Missed shot. Pressure onto Hooksy's shoulders here. Oh, and he's done very well. Catches both of them just walking around the corner. The off angle pays dividends. Just Hunter and Wrinkle. Trying to find a little something like that. With Stare gone, Fozy's AWP good onto Wrinkle. Hunter, the first two.
They let him plan.
He's gone
1v2 1v3 कर सकता है अरे लॉन्ग से आ रहा है बंदा
go from impossible to improbable. Hunter now
अरे आ
has
गया
his back turn. Hooksy ensures things don't go awry.
सुना
It was always tough going out long there.
ऐसा डायरेक्ट नहीं चालू कर सकता बाबा
HP of matters from the early nades. If Heavy got
तो प्राइवेट स्ट्रीम हो रही है ऐसा डायरेक्ट नहीं चालू कर
then Hooksy just sweeps them both under the rug and
सिर्फ को स्ट्रीमर्स लोग का एक्सेस मिला हुआ है वो उसका लिंक शेयर नहीं कर सकते.
Is this just a cosmetic comeback?
Well, it has to be rifle round after rifle round. There's still money for G2 going into next round, even if they lose this one. So this is the hardest way to get back into things for Astralis.
A little search from Mattis, and oh, more than a search. He has found the treasure that is an opening kill, removing Hooksy.
And you can see the gamble out
Look
of
at
Astralis.
this call. Immediately after showing face long, they all pivoted towards T-spawn, and it's a rejig.
They're not to know it was a three-man beast. I can like this from Yabi. Staying active, see if he can find the gap.
It's kind of what you were asking for, more of this.
Just very late in the piece.
Already across the sideline of that smoke break or play. Nerds anticipating this aggression from Yabi. Oh, the comms were a little slow. Yabi still goes down though.
Yeah,
it's Hunter that finds his 13 frags for their captain. And that B side looking rather unmanned.
इसलिए एक चलाते हैं भाई किसका वन टैप है भाई स्ट्रेट वन टैप है और ये शॉट मिस कर दिया बढ़िया
Has to keep repicking.
And that's what that flash is supposed to facilitate. They're all congregated in the tunnels. One has made it out. Ryu, an opportunity. So much damage eventually. Finding Mattis in that war of attrition through the doors.
magazine spray किया लास्ट में बुलेट में मर गया
defending their site valiantly.
ऊपर गया
Onto the backside. Wrinkle gone, Hunter low HP, 8 bullets versus 3. It shouldn't be possible. How are they allowing him to get the reload? Now he's got the ammo, hasn't got the head. Good to Astralis.
It's good to see them being a little bit jarring, right? It might seem a little bit too late in the piece, but
DC पे सुना हमको ऑफ स्ट्रीम ठीक है भाई
we can start having
नहीं चालू कर सकता हूँ मैं ऐसा कुछ नहीं चालू कर सकता हूँ लेकिन स्क्रीन हाइड करनी पड़ेगी मैं फुल स्क्रीन करने के बाद ही चालू करता हूँ अब गेम केज में कैसे करूँ
But doing well considering how easy that opening kill came onto Hooksy towards long from Mattis. So final round of the half. As mentioned, G2 were going to have the finances.
अरे
Hooksy G'ing up Fozy. He knows he's going to be an integral component if they want to try and end this in 2. Nerds is forward pathing, already slips under the sight line.
And he got a whiff there. Nerds is talking
Yabi started here, and Hooksy, they've got a crossfire established, so util will be required for Nerds. Fozy forward, just runs through the flames down to half health.
Playing ahead of the mid to B smoke.
Oh, Hooksy's got his nades out, goes walkabout. Easy for Yabi. Oh, doesn't matter if he's.
Oh, भाई अंधे में मार के दो. Hello?
There's 2 back from G2.
They want to reset. They no reuse B, stare A.
Yeah, and you know where he was.
अला यहाँ पे अंधा जाता पूरा स्क्रीन ही सफेद जाते हैं लोग मार कैसे देते हैं भाई
this one together
गलत है भाई
jumping up short
अभी 2 मार रहा है भाई वो
right now is Wrinkle with
यहाँ पे एक तो सफेद भाई मेरी आंखें इतनी बड़ी-बड़ी आती है जब फ्लैश आता है भाई आंखों में एक्सपोजर घुस जाता है भाई आंखों
close to stare and he is playing for the fight. He needs to find them both and it's instantaneous out of Hunter's AK. Clean with it. Oh, and a clean close too. Call it 9-3. G2's pick. Astralis that lost streak on this map may very well be extended to 6. Conclusion of this one.
Yeah, it's a tough record. So this is more like it from G2, looking a bit limp, a bit lifeless in map number 1. Still some of those frustrations on display with a few of these deaths, even though it was pretty simple stuff. Obviously giving away the opening in 2 consecutive rounds in this, but only 1 really matters. That third map of Inferno right around the corner if this one continues.
Third door.
Goodbye taking shape for Astralis. P250 for Fozy. He's dropped some utility as well. See buying the other belt. So 2 smokes, couple of flashes in the mix. The defense, we've got U2 on Hunter. The rest with Kevlar.
उत्कर्ष लाइनअप देख जरा मिड डोर्स का इजी लाइनअप है भाई
these flashes on Hunter. It's going to be a mid door smoke. It looks like they're just going to scuttle up Cat. Those protocols ready for the aggression, ready to flash them out. He sets them up to take that short fight. As we can see, no action for a while. B defense has been called over. They're going to try and clamp down, fight mid and short together. You can see those blue dots on the radar.
On Mattis's cue, Hunter provides the flash.
Feels like it's going to be too late.
They are very close, closer than he may be ready for here. Flash is good, connects. Finds Stairs head, no trade, and oh, plunge from the skies. Ryu was trying
पहला
to
मैप कौन सा स्कोर? पहला मैप था हमारा एंशिएंट 13-6 किया हुआ है एस्ट्रालिस ने.
Denied by Wrinkles USP 1v3. Abby can't find the headshot.
All right, Mattis, 3 kills in that one.
पर करता है यस, जितनी देर में स्मोक लाइनअप करके गिरेगा टीम का एक बंदा मर जाएगा अंधा पुश करके. वो तो हमारे इसमें है ही ना, लॉन्ग पुश कर देना भाई, रैंडम सीधा घुस जाओ भाई विदाउट फ्लैश.
From the player perspective, but looks like too simple of a kill as the second. Here it is, so the flash, and they're already ahead of it. Drops down, Ryu's running out, trying to.
मेरे जैसे लोग साथ खेलेगा तो ऐसे होगा भाई.
They close things down for double digits. Well, Astralis are going to take list of ecos.
हाँ भाई तुम बोल रहे थे एस्ट्रालिस कम बैक करेगी, कद्दुआ करेगी, थर्ड मैप जा रहे हैं हम इन्फर्नो. बताओ मुझे एक ही लाइनअप आता है, मैं मिड डोर्स को भी वहां से फेंकता हूं, मैं एक जगह से फेंकता हूं, कोने से फेंकता हूं, एक कोने से लाइनअप है. वो मिड डोर्स का नहीं है, यहाँ पे शॉट पे.
Soul crushing for sure.
That's not how these rounds are meant to go down. So 5 Glocks up against what is 3 rifles and 2 SMGs. Remember, this is the first time we are seeing this iteration of GC on Dust 2. That's Wrinkles.
I'm back.
And this almost goes wrong.
But entered reset was my bad.
Here as they
Dreamer of the year to है. Daddy Gatsby. मैं entered reset हुआ.
But as soon as Wrinkle is left alone, they're starting to path out short and out long. You're screwed, right? You're not in a good position.
PUBG में शायद वो है ना स्किन देख के पता लगा कौन सी टीम है.
G2 if they lose this, and then that comeback can be on.
This is a very early collision.
Molly behind him. They won't expect this, surely.
Stash.
Oh.
Yeah, completely overlooks it.
Bro, what?
Trigger discipline. And the barrel betrays him. Ryu, the savior, and the frustrating opening death for Nerds.
Stair doesn't know how close he was.
Crazy. You've seen a lot of those failed trigger discipline throughout here at EWC.
एक कुछ टाइम में क्या पता इंटरनेट रिसेट होगा.
They don't know that it's close.
पीछे मेरा इंटरनेट जीजू हुआ था
कुछ
सेकंड्स के लिए, लेकिन वापस अभी तो पूरा जाके आया अभी.
Stair doesn't know how close he could come.
Thankfully गया और आ गया.
Denied access to shore. He'll just have to remain tucked on Xbox. You can see that bomb on the back of Fozy.
ये टाइम पे मेरा इंटरनेट जाना मतलब क्रेजी हो जाएगा भाई.
But Wrinkle's on such a forward position. He's in a opportunity now.
I'd start pathing short now. The fact that you know the ball's middle. Right, you put pressure on short now.
Yeah,
the
here
out
it
of
is.
position.
He's going to try and take the fights. Hooksy is as well. Gonna chip damage.
It's forced the rotation. This is nice.
इसे स्किन्स कैसे यूज करा अच्छा हुआ है. और का मैंने पढ़ा नहीं था. इसमें खुद का आईडी होता है. खुद का आईडी में स्किन्स यूज कर सकते हैं.
B-side's open for business. Astralis a 5th round.
और इसमें लोड आउट बड़ा हुआ रहता है ना तुम्हारा कि तुम्हें टीम में कौन सा स्किन चाहिए, सिटी में कौन सा स्किन चाहिए, तो बना हुआ रहता है.
Hunt right now from Astralis. I think they're in a situation where if they can remove the landmines going into the next, it's the AWP, it's the M4. Going to make their life a whole lot easier. The loss bonus is only 1900. Starting to spread out. Ryu's over towards backyard, but they're not just holding.
पूरा सीएस चलेगा दूसरी स्ट्रीम. मैं एक ही मैच करने वाला, मैं यही करने वाला हूं, दूसरा मोस्टली नहीं होगा, मैं बंद कर दूंगा एक खत्म होने के बाद.
That's Ryu, a massive save there on
तो बाकी मैच लुलू मैप है आज. I mean match.
Are hoping for that incendiary from short. Baits the expectation.
बाकी दोनों मैच ही लुलू है.
That silence them for that.
एक लाइक ये वाला मैच है G2 वर्सेस Astralis.
Nerds in lower tunnels.
रात को दूसरी स्ट्रीम प्लान्ड है. रात को वाइल्डलैंड्स खेल रहा. वाइल्डलैंड्स गणेश भाई आ रहे तो आज थोड़ा माइक खोला अच्छा लगेगा. कौन सा खेलेंगे ना बेटी भाई. यहाँ पे जो गंदा जिबेट हुआ है दिल से बुरा लगा भाई.
It's crazy to say it, but like if he had, the nuance of that is if he'd remained with his barrel burrowed into the wall, there's a great chance he gets the double there. He just wanted to understandably get the crosshair in the wrong direction for that first. Didn't know Ryu was.
उत्कर्ष भाई छटक गए. उत्कर्ष भाई को लगा हमारा इंटरनेट चला गया.
Looks like they're going to search over towards B.
Not in the same.
लेकिन हमारा इंटरनेट जाके वापस आ गया.
Hooksy knows what's up.
मेरे को बोला कि नहीं यार. सुरेश भाई आपको क्या बोलेंगे यार सुरेश भाई.
Completely remove what could have been.
आप हो ही लैंड.
If the AWP posts up on platform, the rifles can start to scale in and focus side, knowing no one's on your left. That's now allowed time for the CTs to rotate, right? We've got long control. We've got that AWP posted short. So you have
uninstall किसने करने बोला था तुम्हें गणेश भाई? हमने तो uninstall नहीं किया किसी ने भी.
We're not expecting them to go out there without any
उत्कर्ष मैंने तो uninstall नहीं किया.
Something, a sound cue, some util.
सिर्फ फाइल के ऊपर डायरेक्टरी चेंज कर दी. That's it. गेम तो गेम ही हो गया.
That's where the stack for G2 resides.
माइक खुलेगा जल्दी लेकिन आज नहीं. ये भाई.
Nerds. Close left back plant, heavy got to take contact and then Mattis.
Guys, अगर मैं भी esports player होता मेरा भी
did a couple of good shots.
ये रहता गन बड़ी. IEMNOOBDA. वो भी अलग-अलग कलर में गोल्ड सिल्वर. ये क्या था रे भाई?
Fozy at least finds the trade, and there's so many more where that came from. Mattis, perfect position, nails it on the pre-aim. Down to Yabi, but are you ready for another? He is absolutely no! He took too long with it.
बंदा मर गया इसका. ओह नो वे चलो अच्छा निकल गया. 1v1 भाई ऑपर है ये तो. वाटर HP है. भाई पास देगा मर जाएगा सामने वाला.
With G2 and a clutch to essentially seal the deal. This is for 12. He's so low. It's a guarantee for Wrinkle. Easy pickup and the 12th on the board.
Well, Hunter knows he should have won the round right there and then. The fact that that got so close, that never should have happened. The stack was perfect. The way that they played that round, the blocking of the B to deny that pop. They get the long control. Hooksy even has to make it look like they are taking that space. But this is what I mean about Fool's Gold, right? It's Nerds and Heavy God who showed themselves over towards B initially, and that's the 2B defenders. They get the kill, they think, okay, we're just going to continue forward with this. And
Yappy got him.
Hunter is where it could have all gone wrong.
This fucking idiot from mid, he's dead.
क्या नाम रखा इस टीम पे किसने?
G2 happy with that one. You can see that all
किसने क्या नाम रखा इस टीम पे? मैंने?
12th round, one more. And we'll make it 2 drubbings. Back to back, Ancient and now Dust 2.
Seven consecutive feels like a tall order. Looks like Fozy is going to throw some caution to the wind on an aggressive mid line. As is Ryu straight towards the long side. And look at him go through the
चलते हुए मारा है भाई, चलते हुए मारा है भाई.
Was that supposed to stop me? Heavy God's gone and a necessary
12-5 guys, एक ही राउंड चाहिए भाई सीटों को. क्या ये वही राउंड है? तो थर्ड मैप लेके जाएंगे मैं इन्फर्नो पे. One of the beautiful map of CS.
It is only Nerds.
ये सूरज भाई का स्टीम पे नाम देखो. गोगी पुत्र. तेरे पुत्र गोगी वैसा कुछ रखा हुआ है.
He has no support. Has to do this completely alone.
Just the one-man army. What have you got? Util at the back of the side for that exact position.
और आते छोड़ के मारा भाई.
Should just save. Play the long game here. G2 are in no rush. I'm sure they'd love the game to be over now, but hold on to these weapons. Give it another go into the next.
ये वो सेव कर रहा है.
Loss bonus. So holding on to these is going to be important. Wrinkle first task and passes it. He holds on to this orb. He will be able to drop across the rifle into the next. So, okay, was this a question of a potential double orb set up for the CT side into the next, or just making sure that Astralis can't get it? That win bonus, they're going to be out of reach for a Fozy AWP.
गोगी पुत्र चला के ना है. अब कौन है? अब क्या रखा है नाम? ओ राम भाई. देखना पड़ेगा रुको. अब क्या रखा है इन्होंने नाम?
Okay, it does look like they want to carry the double orbs through. So Hunter brings a secondary orb through. That's going to be for either Heavy God or Nerds over towards B for sure.
I do love this as well when you have got so many opportunities for G2 to take us to the third. A second orb can give you that opening.
And the thing is, Fozy, he won't be able to get one now. Whether or not G2 have been able to understand the finances to know that's the case, they still
अरे मुझे पता कैसे चलेगा इन्होंने नाम क्या रखा है?
Being juggled by Astralis, saw on the mic.
मेरे तो बहुत सारे दोस्त हैं, 100 के ऊपर दोस्त हैं, कैसे पता चलेगा?
The juggle going on.
देख ले स्ट्रीम में बता नहीं सकता मैं. क्या रखा है?
Final complexion of the buy.
मुझे नहीं पता चलेगा, रुको तुम्हारे फ्रेंड लिस्ट पे देखना पड़ेगा.
For Astralis, I can see Yabby lining up a corner smoke insta immediately. Do they want to try and be punchy on this?
It would appear so.
ये रखेगा फिरोज from Lead Bazaar.
Look at Wrinkle straight up the guts of mid, going to try and find this sight line and does provide fast blood onto Astralis' captain. Hooksy sidelined. Forward position from Stair, but they're so likely to see a flash.
This is quick.
Maybe quicker than they're ready for. Already going across. Look at this. The flash play. Sure. Oh, Stairs already slipped the net. Mattis unable to profit. Loses control of the spray. It's Wrinkle from the short side.
Khatam. Nikal ke bhai G2. We are going third map, guys. We are going third map.
Yabby and Fozy fighting tooth and nail. Bomb can
3v2 कर दिया यहाँ पे.
CT's a mile away. One disadvantage of those two orbs. He's trying to get back into a bomb site with them.
Sulya को तो long
side, Wrinkle short.
Offer the Sulya by long पे.
Forced Wrinkle to make a decision will delay proceedings. Goes through it. No,
चलो भाई, short भाई.
Long range single scope. Just Yabby and Wrinkle should have this. Just as easy as that. A third map secure.
Yeah, nice map here from
Wrinkle. ये क्या है? अगर आप फिरोज हो तो मैं सूर्या.
Showing comfort on their pick. Both pistols for G2 in this one. The same for Astralis.
Third map जा रहे भाई. Third map जा रहे भाई.
Decided on Inferno.
1-1 हो गया यहाँ तो score. Guys, make sure you guys like the stream फटाफट से.
Very one-sided on these picks. The third and decider.
आओ सेकंड मैप देखे भाई क्या चल रहा है यहाँ पे. I mean second match. इनका इतना गेम क्लोज क्यों जा रहा है? FUT और मैजिक का.
And now we're seeing this T side hurt a little bit.
Best part about that last goal was that it's a headshot.
Yeah.
Shooting at the belly button. Spread of a shotgun. You never know where it's going to land. But either way, that's a huge round for Magic. That's an important round.
Budia from कौन सा बजा?
This series.
लीड का synonyms कर दो फिर और क्या?
A bit of pressure might come towards Tenzi once more. Molotov lined up. Not pulled quite yet. Waiting for the smoke to get closer to fading. And eventually...
Rishabh bhai क्या हाल है? Welcome to the stream, brother. What's up, man?
It's just to create space, though. No real desire to push further towards B. Instead, they're going straight into main, and an opening kill for Jugs means the activation's going to come sooner than later. Moon, tucked behind the box. The timing's not going to be there. Krabeni, able to connect with the Deagle. And all these CTs rotating in through main. Symmetry close with the Tech 9, and
ये सारी बकलोले हम भी पहले करते थे.
might want to call it there. Fall back, fall away. Foot on the lesser buy, so powerful. Able to just dismantle Magic, disrupt them, have a great timing when a push is coming from behind to disrupt A. Go into it, mid connection comes in. Simple as that.
चलो भाई 9-6 हो गया पे.
On the board for Foot.
Sometimes all you just need is the basics. Aim a little bit better, win the fights, get a little aggressive. And it pans out well, and it will be now back to a 3-round lead here for Foot.
यार ETS खेले जरूर definitely भाई. ETS का प्लान बना था, मेरा ETS का प्लान कैंसिल होगा. 2 दिन स्ट्रीम लेट नाइट चलेगी कुछ ज्यादा. और मेरा इंटरनेट भी चलेगा ऊपर से.
These are really starting to speed up for the Foot squad, looking a lot more confident and comfortable on their map, no wonder.
And the fans getting a bit excited too. The best part about playoff Counter-Strikes, the passion from the players, the passion from the community. Everything comes down to that passion. And who will have enough to bring it over this finish line? Because it's still anyone's game. Rounds back and forth, rounds won with lesser weapons. Just great timing.
Yeah, that kill from Krabeni really sealed the deal on the site. If he might have
member वाला कब member वाला
from that last remaining
member ही नहीं बनते member वाला चाहिए बताओ ये क्या भाई.
But once that Deagle land the headshot, it
was mid push कर दिया लौंडे.
Nades up through mid and they're going right back to the aggression.
घुस के मारा भाई mid पे.
Find the first one towards fading, the spray in from connector A. Comes up with some damage, but no real kills. It's now split 2 to a site, and it is going to be Magic scattered to the wind right now.
Foot don't need to react too heavily off of this though.
बेकार ऑफिस की याद आ रही है अपने मुझे very realistic ऑफिस और कृष्णा very real.
Wow. A bit of luck, a bit of skill, whatever it is, he still gets the kill. And a Molotov towards the staircase. Once again, halts Magic in their footsteps.
ये बढ़िया है भाई मिड पे प्रेशर बना दिया वो देखो बी घुस रहा है भाई सुमड़ी में ले घुस गया भाई कनेक्टर से बी
Wouldn't be surprised if a save just gets called already. AW spots out a player, falls back. That should be all they wrote. Call it double digits.
मेंबर से बड़ी नहीं बताओ और मेंबर गेम चाहिए नहीं बताओ ठीक है भाई
Dukes having just a great performance right now, Donnie. From in the very shadow-esque performance from map 1 to here, 18-8. And finally, we're seeing the team all click and kind of combine together for some success around here. It seems like it's taken quite a while to get here, but we're finally here, and I think but might have secured their map pick. They've got some great momentum, and finance is actually starting to slowly roll in for them.
What's doing a really good job at pace controlling right now. It seems that they understand the way that Magic are trying to formulate their CT side. They understand what type of fights they want to go for early.
इधर भी उल्टा चल रहा है गाइस इधर पहला मैच निकाला मैजिक ने और फ्यूटी अभी कमबैक कर रही है उधर G2 कर गए ऑलरेडी वेरी रियल
early on, the player that's by themselves on an island and capitalize off of that. A very well constructed T side so far. And it's net of them double digits. They found 10, Magic still only on 6. They do buy into this round, but definitely not the buy you're looking for. 2 FAMASes, a pistol, MP9, only 1 M4.
It's the 5-7 I'm afraid of.
वे नीड कहाँ से किया उसने ऊपर से भाई?
Still reeling from the previous
Although ये मैप मैंने इतना ज़्यादा खेला नहीं है, but बहुत पहला मैप है इतना बड़ा.
Space taken for Foot, uncontested, but known by Magic. As Fade 8 waits to see if any pressure lies towards Connector. Nothing to come of it though. It's just Foot trying to disrupt the CT side. They've done that well.
Nice little lurk all the way out. Trying to make some space towards that B main area, but it has been smoked off for now. So E-Box next in line, but AW gonna buy at least a couple more seconds before these T-sides decide to jump one towards site. AW finding the first one. Kerbeni getting digged by the drive by the 5-7. But the molly to get the trade close by, but he finds one. It's Fade 8. One more with that FAMAS. It's a 2-on-2. Demon and Symmetry get this bomb plant down. Will they expect both remaining Magic players?
अरे कनेक्टर क्रॉस कर गया भाई टाइमिंग हो गया यहाँ पे तो.
Spotted out at least one. Now spotting out both. Comes in. It's clean. It's good. Moon with a quick trade in Symmetry. 47 HP. This M4 can do all the legwork, and it will. A fantastic and methodical retake from this lesser buy on the CT side.
And Moon doing a great job there to just close out at the end. I mean, Demon, it was really hinged on him, how his position would be able to fight that E-Box push. Going for one ain't bad, but your teammate low HP, it's not a great position when they're getting swung into. Stuck in towards dark. At the end of the day, Magic winning that round off of winning the gunfights. Well, Foot, still plenty to work with. You still got to op. On Symmetry. Still got AKs all around. It's just going to be if Magic are able to string 2 together, something they've struggled to do so far in the second half.
Now starting to look a little more decided. They start making their way up towards that A main site. Mosval debating how he wants to play this one out.
अरे टाइमिंग हो गई फ्लैश हो गए दो रन थे.
Everyone else in between as he comes out. Moon somehow with a good spray. The does some good damage. And Kerbeni with a kill in towards mid. Now starting to separate these CTs a little bit more than they would have wished.
Very uncomfortable situation for Magic. down a player. Seems like a decent idea that they're heading towards B, however. As you see the rotation of AW coming in. AW, a quiet game for him, but maybe a chance to prove himself. Tenzi is going to be the first one to take the contact. Waiting, lying, they both find a kill for themselves. AW stands strong, as strong as he can. And a one-on-one, a Moon that taking his time rotating over.
भाई ये तो गुड़गांव घूम के आ रहा है.
Automatically clears out main. So much time to work with, no need to rush it. It's just a matter of if Symmetry thinks that main is a possibility and the timing just doesn't work in his favor. Moon might have spotted him out. He seems to know. Right in the corner.
देख लिया उसने already.
He knows he's ready for the fight. He's ready for the swing, but Symmetry faster on the shot. And listen to that crowd ring out. 11 rounds for Foot.
क्या हुआ G2 Astralis G2 कर गई.
Take it to map 3 and they're approaching that.
ये लोग भी जीत रहे हैं, ये लोग भी map 3 लेके जा रहे हैं भाई.
So close.
ये भी map 3 जा रहा है मैच, बताओ.
Again. He should have had the kill dead sprites. He had Molly, he had a flash, but chose to just take it and came out.
उसको पता रहने के बावजूद भी वो मार नहीं पाया भाई. अबे क्या गंदा वन टैप मारा इसको भाई, बाप रे. गामा डॉपलर बटरफ्लाई नाइफ ही कहते.
They look to close out their map pick and bring it on over to Mirage.
शैडो ने हरा दिया. शैडो
time out for Foot.
ओवरले दिख रहा है कौन किससे बात कर रहा है, दिख भी रहा है. देख रहा माइक किसका खुल रहा है. लाडल
Chance to look over.
ओवरले तो है भाई, प्रोडक्शन टीम तो है भाई, क्या पैसा खर्चा किया.
At this point, down to the dumps. I don't know if there's a nicer way to put it besides that. They're going to be forced to call a timeout for themselves. Their final one. Just give the coaches a bit more of a chance to talk. The side of Foot doesn't want to die. This side of Foot has tasted a trophy in the past. And now they bring a player in, xFloud, already making such a strong case for himself at this tournament. Anything's possible. Matchup that can go either way. But where will the beautiful madness lie? How much longer can each of these teams fight? Well, it's time to find out, because we're straight back into round 19.
Severe lack of utility for this Magic squad, as well as not a single defuse kit on the board. The money is down to 0 level.
पता मैं 12-7 नहीं है.
3 to a B set.
खेलना है कि CS बहुत दिन हो गए खेले हुए, very realistic
Slow and
भाई.
steady is this Foot squad.
रिजवाई है जी.
Consistently gaining ground, and again the pace change coming through. We see the aggressive side, we see the fast pace hits, or we see that slow ruling grind out style, knowing that
Computer science too nice. What the
have
heck?
much in the way of utility. You just have to drain what they have, draw it out of them, and then take the
45 Magic is T2 and FIT is T1. The tier 1 tier 2 team. Okay.
Low start this time.
FIT बोलते हैं FUT का भाई.
Molotov.
And to be honest, धुलाई हुई थी, पिटाई हुई थी. बात अलग है, क्लोज चल रहा था लेकिन लास्ट में पूरा ही पिटाई हो गई. T82 पेल के चले गए भाई. रोटी 20 के करते हैं. चलो जरूर जरूर. CS में अब ट्राई हार्ड करूँ ये दिन आके मेरे. ठीक है भाई. CS तो मैं तो ट्राई हार्ड कर दूंगा, लेकिन टीममेट्स ऐसे नहीं आते ना. रैंडम ब्लास्ट से आते भाई. क्या हो रहा था पूरे मैप पे समझ ही नहीं आता उनको.
Why not go for it? Pressure's on.
मैं तो घुसूस के बंदे मार दूं.
Not really sure what you can do at this point. Maybe exit with a rifle and xCloud. If
there
you're
you
lucky,
go.
क्या?
Picking it up here. Now it's a 2-on-2.
क्या मारा 5-7 भाई. हेलो.
Taps it once, tries
किड
to
भी नहीं है
take
इनके
it,
पास.
gets it, but can't get the kill. Knows the
और राइट
outcome,
पॉपर है.
right. Tries to swing with the 5-7. Can't get
Delete कर गया
to
भाई.
him, and Moon last alive can maybe take away some guns, but survival is now
खत्म.
the secondary thought
12-7.
process here, and it seems like this.
अपन करते हैं full 5 and बराबर. 2-20 के में 13 के के बाद हैकर्स. ठीक है भाई.
To bring it to him
ये सब महंगे स्किन्स हैं, I assume obviously यार कोई.
Singular round away.
वो जो ऑप चला रहा था वो 50,000 रुपए की है स्टार्टिंग प्राइस।
And a Magic that doesn't have money to work with.
एक 6,000 रुपए की है, मेरी फेवरेट एक है 6 से 7,000 रुपए। ये वाली तो और ही महंगी है, ये तो लैक्स में।
The power of the lesser buy, although has proven very powerful in recent rounds. Not enough in the previous.
वाइट वाली एक इज अराउंड 7 to 10।
On almost entirely SMGs.
नाइफ तो छोड़ ही दो भाई, नाइफ तो सारे लैक्स में ही है भाई। नाइफ ग्लव सारे लैक्स में।
Foot 4 up towards A. Oswald peeking around, playing for the contact of Moon. The flash
भाई इसमें स्किन्स से फर्क नहीं पड़ता ना, इसमें फर्क पड़ता है तुम्हारे एम से। ये पूरा गेम प्योर एम गेम है।
Damage burning down and the kills in favor of the T's. Joyks!
क्या मारा उसने भाई, क्या मारा भाई। टीम ने जो बैकअप दिया है उसको, ऐसा उत्कर्ष तूने बैकअप दे दिया ना, एक राउंड भी हारने नहीं दूंगा भाई मैं तुम लोगों को।
Tenzi hit through the smoke. He's caught off. AW at least answered with 5-7. And now a 1-on-2. Smoke in towards main. At least knows the position of 1, but an 8 at his feet. He's even less health to work with.
खत्म 13-7 खत्म।
Against 2 AKs, surely not.
खत्म, मर गया ये। अगर इसे क्लच किया ना मेरा।
Death sends to Mirage. That's Foot answering back. 13.
यहाँ पे भी 1-1 होगा बताओ।
Plenty for the Death.
फैक्ट्री ने 1600 रुपए का भाई। एक सेकंड, इनहेरिटेंस का प्राइस बढ़ गया है? इनहेरिटेंस जब मैं लेने गया था तब थी भाई 7,000 रुपए की, 6-7,000 रुपए की, जब मैं स्लेट खरीद रहा था। मैंने इनहेरिटेंस का प्राइस देखा था भाई।
2009, 6 years in, I
तो सही हैकर तो 5K 6K में भी है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है सूरज भाई। ये तुम्हारा पता है मेंटल गेम है भाई। हैकर आ गए, वो आ गया, मारो भाई। हैकर आए तो हैकर को मारो भाई ढूंढ के।
to join the lineup, and that's when I had to take the first big decision in my life, where it was, do I keep going to study and try to go university, or I go play, right? So I had to convince my mother, hey, I'm going to go for these international tournaments, I'm going to try to learn a different language, and she was very supportive. She helped me all the way. So I would say that 2009 was the time when I said, okay, I can actually become a professional. Now I have the chance. I was trying to become one. Now I have the full chance, so I'm going to make the most of it.
I think I saw that CS would become big back in 2014. I was still at school, but at some point I called my mom and told her I think it's time for me to stop school.
मेरा तो दाम नहीं बढ़ा।
CS was growing and I was pretty sure that I could earn good money and live with it.
मेरा तो दाम नहीं बढ़ा, क्या बोल रहा है? मेरा स्लेट का प्राइस गिर रहा है भाई दिन भर दिन। 1000 का लिया भैंस की आंख, 1000 का भी 700 का लिया था शायद, 500 पे आ गया भाई।
At the computer, but they had no idea what esports was. For me, I was watching Cologne 2014. I think my mom saw me watching it. We were just talking, and I told her like I can make it there as long as I keep playing. I think when I was playing FPL, I was on a semi-professional team with like 4 players, and they were well connected in the scene, and they kind of got me an invite to FPL with the rest of the players. And I think when I started playing there, that's kind of when I felt like it's super possible. Not like it was like cocky, but I was like feeling that if I'm not already better, I will be better than them, and the rest is history, I think.
So I think there's multiple steps in realizing
सर नाम क्या था गाइस, किसी ने देखा क्या पीछे?
For me, I think the first event probably when I was 15, I came home with cash, put on the table and said to my parents, it was €100 or something, 150 euros. Now I'm earning my own money. They asked what do I get that money? That's asking questions. I'm playing over those
भाई ट्विच इतना बल्कि कैसे हो गया भाई? बॉडी कहाँ से बना ली इसने?
Small salary, but I think once I was in
university, उसके जब लुकेट होने देखा था पतला था भाई।
Around 2008-9, I started getting really good in the game. Joined Fnatic.
भाई कुछ बदल गया अभी।
That was really big in 1.6. I realized I could earn something
जब
next
स्टूडी के साथ खेलता था
to my studies, but the moment I joined TSM and we got that salary, because in that period of time,
जब स्टूडी के साथ था तो इस भैंस का कितना पतला था?
300% in salary.
बॉडी बना ली भाई उसने।
At that moment, I realized this is gonna be big, and I kept pursuing that dream because I was very close to stopping in TSM or right before I joined TSM because of you're getting older. So that must have been 2015 that you realize how big CS:GO is actually becoming, because 1.6 was not big enough.
टैटू भी देख ही लिया मैंने,
especially when you're doing
टैटू शायद पहले भी था लेकिन
Imagine if I had not taken those risks and not really jumped in Counter-Strike one more time, and then I see
भाई ये तो बहुत ही पुराना प्लेयर है फॉलन भाई, CS का बहुत पुराना प्लेयर है भाई।
Hey, I could be one of those guys, and that was kind of my dream. You just gotta go.
अभी हमने भी CS नहीं चालू किया भाई।
Give it a try, because then if it doesn't work, you can always jump to something else, making sacrifices.
इन्हीं एस के साथ खेलते हो आ रहे हैं।
The process, if you're a gamer or not, everything in life is gonna be like that, I guess.
Play is in our DNA.
ये मैच इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है थर्ड मैच चालू होने में? क्या पता, क्या मतलब गाइस थर्ड मैच खत्म हो गया ऑलरेडी।
Now imagine an entire
वहाँ देखते तो बस लेवल थर्ड मैप पे खत्म कर दिया 13-0.
Kadir City, powered by Play. Quinky feels like he's living on borrowed time. They're chasing him down. Giving him the fights. Quinky with the toe. What a sequence. Apathy, now they burst through. This can go rock gun and a 1v1. And down goes Kersey. Has to hit that. And he has one-on-one. And Jimmy jumps into his door. Sin on the sniper for 4.
We're heading into a third map, an iconic third map as far as it's concerned, an Inferno decider, and loser does go home here in the round of 16. Single elim, the playoffs of the Counter-Strike 2 tournament here at EWC. Dominant from one, it was Astralis on Ancient, it was G2 on Dust 2, not putting up too much of a fight either way. So Inferno, as you said on the way out, Chad, that perhaps we get to see them in a kind of a third map that's fair on both sides.
I just want to see something a bit more competitive, right? This has been pretty one-sided.
वो ऐसे खेल रहा है जैसे AWC and music बढ़िया है भाई. One of the beautiful map of CS guys. वो समझ नहीं आता Inferno लोगों को पसंद क्यों नहीं है भाई. बहुत अच्छा मैप है भाई ये.
Is this really just up mid?
भाई दोनों गेम 36-36 खत्म हो जैसे.
He's also got the Julies and he's found that first bullet headshot. Heavy got tried to go short side. They're wrapping in and Yabi's removed another.
और एक खोपड़ा खोल दिया इसका.
Humbled. Beautiful start for the CT side pistol campaign. Bomb plant going to be guaranteed by Wrinkle. No one can stop it. So at least you're going to get some extra cash. Ooh, can he get
nice shot,
He
man.
nearly hit 2 in quick succession there, so promising. And a good performance from Wrinkle map 2 is one of the main
Karambit तो है
takeaways
लाल
aside from,
Karambit.
G2 winning it.
It's going to be hard for him to have a lot of impact on the T side of a map like
एक दो टीम को स्पॉन्सर करा
so
क्विज.
we'll see him a bit more support.
हाँ उत्कर्ष भाई इतने अच्छे मैप को गाली दे दो तू. नहीं दे दो. इतना अच्छा मैप है भाई Inferno.
Third pistol for them in the series so far.
खेलना नहीं चाहिए भाई. Oops.
And it was pretty
D2 के बाद अगर कोई मैप रहेगा ना सबसे ज़्यादा मैंने खेला है ये मैप है. मेरा से भी ज़्यादा खेल रखा है मैंने ये मैप.
The extra money and the loss bonus does mean that it can be a meteor looking for spy. It's not just Tech9's smokes. This one's a couple of Galils. And if you haven't,
मुझे तो इसके पहले एक ही भी लाइनअप आते थे हर जगह डाल देता भाई स्मोक.
So we'll see at what pace this one follows through with. The pistol was fast.
खड़े स्मोक खड़े मॉली भाई बालकनी में खड़े मॉली पड़ जाती थी हर जगह.
Really a combo of Nerds and Hunter to get banana control. And they've got a bit more company this time, right? On these 4 spy rounds. Let's be more pack heavy. They're ready to scuttle into a very, very quick B execute. Watch them just start parting through this as soon as the util's in the sky.
Heavy lineup आ रहा है.
Twice about this. I think Hoopsy calls him back. They are going.
Heavy lineup आ रहा है भाई. घुस गए.
They are chaining them together though. Still stands his ground. Just the one. Is that enough? Not really. Hoopsy's gone. Bombs across. Post plant. Recovered rifles. 2 banana. Responsibility of Wrinkle on the Galil.
सबसे सड़ेले मैप खेले और पसंद. अच्छा.
Ticking. Oh, unawares, didn't diligently clear that corner. At least enables Ryu to provide that trade though, and for G2, is the hard work done? Feels like it's still to come. Ryu and Yabi clearing their corners. Yabi so convinced about the new box, but that's that heavy got Deagle guarantee. There is a kit present, but just the patience. Yabi has no idea. Hunter was hiding there the whole time. G2 immediately wrestle back control after conceding pistol.
It's not baiting if you win the round. Hunter there just hiding in plain sight. That's beautiful from the in-game leader. He had a massive dust too. Yanko there asked for a hot take, just said, okay, well, Hunter just got bully Hooksy in this one. Take on the in-game leader on the other side. Former teammates lifting the likes of Katowice and Cologne together, now enemies. Elimination on the line, that one. Simple stuff from Hunter. And it's not the first time they've won a force by this series. They did the same on Ancient, but they couldn't find consecutive. G2 break the funds.
It's a good map for 5-7s to find impact. 4 of which.
इसको सपोर्ट करो. मैं Astralis भाई. Astralis को पहले भी सपोर्ट ही करता था भाई. मैं Astralis को सपोर्ट करूँगा भले से वो प्लेयर नहीं है क्या हो गया. अच्छी है टीम भाई. टीम के कॉम्स भाई. पेपर एक्स है भाई दूसरी.
That actually closes the gap. His MP7, he's fully blind. They've got him trapped. No, they haven't. Hunter, 3 in quick succession deals with it. One back from Hooksy, but they know where he is. And
मेरी टीम लिक्विड के बाद ये लास्ट टीम थी Astralis, उसके बाद मैंने Esports देखना बंद कर दिया।
Just spamming, unloading into the smoke, hoping for a little something extra.
CS भी खेलना बंद ही कर दिया था।
Considering Hunter and Wrinkle are low, they need to be careful not to give away too much more.
भाई Astralis का पहले का IGL क्या था भाई? तो नाम भी भूल रहा हूँ मैं। मुझे शक्ल याद आ रही है, मैं नाम भूल रहा हूँ।
On the other side of the map, that 40 seconds now confirmed, and he's hanging around. He's got company. Heavy God coming down banana. Two top mid and spammed away from Hunter for 4 within the round. It's a little bit frustrating there for Astralis because I like the idea. The flash was even good. It's just Hunter, the support network, was ready and raring to go. I wonder if there's a bit of organizational pressure for G2 in this game.
CS2 is actually a beautiful game.
It's not just the Counter-Strike tournament. It's not just.
कौन बोलता है भाई toxic game है? Toxic game नहीं है guys ये. Beautiful game है भाई.
No point mincing words about that, is it? Okay, Hunter.
Pure aim game.
There's going to be the eco back. So they have won out the war of attrition.
IPL cameraman इधर क्यों आ गया भाई?
They can do something with these very light investments. We're talking a flash of smoke at 5-7.
Device और मैं हाँ. Device अबे device ये होता शायद. Device ही था शायद साइड से.
To be eligible for that club championship. So for G2.
नहीं device ही था, उसका नाम बहुत आड़ा टेढ़ा था. XP कुछ तो था.
Your first playoff game at a tier 1 event
हाँ मैं नंबर भी था उसके, वो था IGL.
do that, you also make your org happy. It's good to keep the boss happy.
We'll see how far they can push the issue, right? Obviously, you win Counter-Strike, you get 1,000 points, but there's some other teams that we'll be talking a bit more about that. Your Vitalities, your Falcons, maybe even your Navis.
Counting on their CS squad.
This one, another stack on the pistols, and you just have to hope that you've called this one correctly. You've gambled correctly if you're Hooksy. You just want to do a bit more damage. You took a few rifles with you. A few upgrades with you, excuse me, in the last.
चार बंदे stack up पे short long.
You can send
A पे.
Nerds in as a bit of a
B पे एक ही बंदा खेल रहा है.
Top middle, but look at the range right now. Very deep. Matt is playing chicken pit.
भाई मत सोचना भाई सी ए घुसने का भाई, B घुस जाओ भाई, घुस जाओ भाई.
Series if he gets caught off guard by this one.
Yeah. I think the guy is due a little break.
दो गन तो गिरी जाएगी यहाँ पे.
And B is open, right? They've been able to send the SMG of Nerds in, clear it out, make sure no one is home, and he's even taken down Stair on rotation. So at this point, Astralis are just looking to not give away too many more casualties to Nerds to farm up some cash, but this one is done 3-1. Start to settle into this. Let's take a quick look at what's going on that secondary stream. Foot versus Magic. Looks like they're going to be heading to their third map of Mirage very shortly, so you can whack that one on. As Nerds, he does want to get stuck in with the SMG. He's going to take the liberties. There's just two more to find. Nico Bash ace, everybody's favorite, as Hunter's going to steal it.
How rude.
That's all right. I think those ones, it's better. Right? I don't want this. I don't want the ace on the stat line of an Eco Bash. Right? It's fine. I'll save it for the gun rounds. So Nerds has gotten himself 4 there, gets himself up to 5 kills, and we'll get into Astralis' buy. No Fozy AWP available. Relatively limited of util as well. Lacking HEs, we see players like Apex, right, which is what you're going to hope Hooksy can do with the B defense, landing devastating grenades down Banana. They are extinguished. Oh, it's half wall immediately. There we go for the extinguisher, the car molly. That would be telling of a fight. They are playing a little bit more forward with their A defense on this bracket setup, but Banana's where the action is on Stair.
Yeah, he's ready for this.
At least दो खाए गए. At least दो खाए गए. At least दो खाए गए. अयो.
Puts him down and
just got timing.
He's been spotted and executed.
गलत मार खाया वो.
Another one there.
मेरा तो स्प्रे चला देता भाई, मर गया तो मर गया.
7-1 for the boss man.
It doesn't get more cut and dry than that.
And it'll have to be the save.
This B duo just bowled over.
Ryu's probably pretty happy it's not him.
That's true.
All right, I took the hiding over there on Dust too. Someone else for a change. It's a good opportunity right now to talk through the CT setup. So there will be the combination of Hooksy and Stair with your banana control. Hooksy's going to be setting up Stair to take those fights. And then it's going to be either Fozy or Yabi, right? That's your AWP or your rotating rifler to assist if they want to go for 3-man setups. And then Ryu has to anchor down towards A.
It's going to get some credit as well for Wrinkle and his flash. Ensured they find that frag onto Stair cleanly.
अरे स्पाइक के गाइस C4 केस में देखो लाइट चमक रहा है. Holy shit.
Tough way to find yourself down 4-1.
crazy
with the pistol, you lose the force, and now there's a bit of a landslide.
Just imagine guys, इधर ही 4D effect होता भाई. C4 फट रहा भाई, chair हिल रहा है भाई.
From Neo in the early stages, and
मजा आता है क्या?
from this angle, doesn't it? But Mattis able to catch him before he can pop back up, and Mow them down. Stare.
मैं इसके ऊपर रहता मैं सच्ची बता रहा मैं चला देता भाई M4 अंधा चला देता मैं M4 अंधा
Heavy God's flash. It was Wrinkle on the second for oksbi. Team play on display. Everything going to plan.
I'm liking this decision we're seeing from Astralis on the buy and likely ushered in by Neo as well, taking the timeout. Your loss bonus is maxed out. Let's get that Fozy AWP out.
Yeah.
Let's take the eco behind the saves right now. I say eco. They're obviously going to invest a little bit more knowing that 3,400. But it's not the full shove, right? They haven't dropped rifles, they haven't fully invested in util. Everyone's left enough that they will be able to bite properly into the next. Bigger concerns in a round like this, and yet to leave spawn, it could change, but there's no kit. So if a site falls, it's been a bit of bludgeoning on B. That's going to be hard to see that retake. Same half-wall block smoke again. Seems to be the game plan for Astralis in this one, as a nade lands at the doorstep of two. Nerds and Hunter brought down. And oksbi trying to seem bigger than he is right now. His teammates to do a 4-man A stack to lock down Bracket's control.
Mattis flashed in for his apartment's control.
बस की हो रहा मोय के बस की तो
They get shut down in mid here, G2. It's about their immediate reaction off of the info.
Feels like Status 5-7 could be very disruptive in this position. And with the boost set up, it's a nice distraction. Already working out this partial investment.
वही मॉली में तो कॉर्नर वाला चला ही नहीं.
Back, they want more of this.
Instead, equipped with the rifle, will profit. No trade attempt out of that. Ooh, the boiler player who is now alone as Stare doubles up on mid. Look at that minimap. Just the battlefield laden with G2 bodies.
25 seconds. Heavy go try and do some damage. Sure, remember, this was just the partial. We're going to be buying into the next moment for Astralis.
Sorry,
backpedals and looks for the save.
Yeah, always a good look for coach as well. Off the back of a timeout, you find yourselves a little bit of a momentum breaker.
You wonder what the thought process there, right? They established that it is a bit of a mid stack. They know that the boost is in play, and then they still want to pipe up middle. So I think in that moment, they're assuming with all that info, G2 start to race up Banana and try and isolate that solo defender. Instead, Astralis flash, they take the fight, and they stifle this one to get their second round, 2-round gap.
Yeah, Stare as well. You give him an inch, he is capable of taking the mile.
To note, though, in the spree of 4 rounds for G2, had a lot of bodies stay alive, especially in the 2 prior to this. Flawless rounds mean they have a lot of cash to splash. And a round like this, if it would devastate the finances and you had that 1,400 loss, it's a tough position to call yourself out of. Fortunately for them, they've got all the cash that they would hope for, and they can go again. But Fozy will get the AWP. Can't say the same about Wrinkle. They want to keep him operating on this AK. And that's something that Saw noted with HLTV, right? They wanted someone a little bit more aggressive. He's not going to be that on Inferno, especially not on the T side. And they didn't need the extra voice of Sampaius. And you've got that in Nerds. It's akin to a Yakinda style player. Likes to take space, likes to control the macro. And then you've got Hunter, the in-game leader. Those two and Saw.
G2 के सबसे बड़े प्लेयर कितने हैं? उत्कर 4.
Needs to get out there and hit some shots.
अलग से टीम लगा के बैठे भाई ये लोग.
Let's get this party started. Then round 7, 3rd map. Not fast to the round of 16 playoffs. Again, they continually find this opening utility damage.
That must have been team utility there.
It must have been.
I don't think I saw
anything. You're right.
Yeah. So 4 strong on A.
Awkward.
Stare left to his own devices on B.
They're trying again. This bracket's control. They want to fight for it. They want to demonstrate they can take it away. You got the Fozy AWP short side, and Yabi's got a nice cache of these HEs. He's just going to keep just chaining them together. That one's a big one. Right between both Hunter and Mattis. Now forward positions on the long side. Smoke won't last forever. There's a flash on the fade, and Yabi's just going to worm his way into library to acknowledge the potential slip CT.
A lot to concern himself with.
Locked. Throws out a moto smoke. Interesting improvisation.
You wonder if that's an invitation to creep through. Looks like he might get blindsided by this.
He's responsible for the housekeeping of this spot. They're boosting over. Could be an awkward angle. Not ready for Fozzy's vulnerable. Brought down by Hunter. Ryu, what have you got? Multiple bodies flood the site. Clash from Mattis connects.
You can see what Yabi was thinking, but he stitches up Fozy there, doesn't he, right? With that three-quarter smoke, you have to worry about the potential for them going arch side. So respects it, drops back, tries to ward them away with some block utility of his own design, and well, that's the way in. Hunter treats it as an invitation.
Hunter's got a gift for Wrinkle into the next.
Yeah, I'm curious though, because he could have bought it, so it's telling that, all right, they want to start changing it up because they weren't expecting this AWP. Nah, he's dropped it. So it's just the housekeeping and making sure that they can't get that for Fozy. They do have money on the CT side though, so that won't be too much of a concern. Stair will be able to drop it as Wrinkle will get it. So we do juggle it around and it is carried through after all.
Yeah, he likes the sound of it after all, you know, like if you don't have to spend the money, you're allowed to play. With your signature AWP, sure, as you've highlighted, T-side Inferno is not the one when it comes to inserting yourself into the play. Yes, there was some Poltracide start of the T-side round.
Looks like they've woken up from Ancient, though, G2.
Oh, we had a good innings as well.
He had a name.
Yeah, you should never do that. Especially in this skirmish of a third map. Big util dump from the CT side, and it works out. Yeah, Stair using that AK-47 to great effect. There are 3 T-side weapons on that CT side. That one-shot headshot potential, not just a T-side exclusive.
He's
got to play this dangerous game where he plays for info but also doesn't give it up to an AWP on Wrinkle. The longer he holds on to that util, the better, as the backup brigade in Stair is starting to maneuver back. Rather quiet. The calm before the storm. A block smoke thrown at the 52nd mark.
They've just played for info top middle. They're behind that incendiary, so they have a good idea this is going to be the B play. Where's the rotation?
Yabi's even getting proactive. He's going to be making that move for a rather fast flank. They're still congregated top banana. 30 seconds as the util dump comes through. Smoke fading. Flank connecting. Wrinkle still lining up nades, and he's gone. Backstab there. Mattis with one back.
25. You gotta go
commit. Surely you have to commit. At least that's what they think. A pivot on its way. Does Ryu completely leave the site? He's saying, I'm not so sold on this. Starts now to depart. They're going to round the corner, and it's an open runway for the plant. That is cheeky. He's even used the last couple of seconds to try and go for the safest of plants.
Okay, well, now good luck with the retake. Moto's just been smoked.
Okay. Ryu really wants this bomb site back. He can't believe it's stolen away from him. The moment he departs. Difficult smoke to broach. The time ticking. You've got that HE break. Mattis tucks. Hit by the wallbang from Fozy's AWP. Softened down to 40 as he unloads his mag, just trying to keep him at bay. The time is ticking away. 2 frags is good. Heavy God lingers. Someone has to get on that defuse, and it is not planted for Heavy God. They could just sit it. They could just sit it. Time. Just in time. Astralis do regain control of that A site and will put that 3rd on the board.
Right, down to the wire there. The fact that G2 are even able to maneuver into a plant is impressive. Keeping Astralis on notice with this one. I wonder where the rotation is. They turn it into a flank instead. So proactive in the mid-round from Astralis, and Hooksy likes the way that one feels. So keeping it to a 2-round gap. No issues in the buy department, and so much extra cash stacked. Heavy God has 10K. So there'll be plenty more gun rounds. This one, Abbas showing a bit of attitude. Straight through the mid-smoke. So he suppressed the ability for them to go aggressive. They wanted to linger around to have those questions. Mattis has denied it immediately. Molly instead can get out. He wants to go back in for this. Another nade lands on his toes.
Yeah, it's all about this fight for half wall control. Block smoke will buy time.
And in rotation between the two of them is Yabby. Is he just going to donate this util? Head back over towards A. It's like a minute on the clock, and he will give over the nades, but he's going to posture forward. Stair wants support. The Danes over towards B.
अगर CS से basic grade आ गया तो
Danish duo. Stair anti-flash overlooked. Oh, still nuts. Pivots. He finds
अरे भाई दो मार गया वो.
What a dream. Given his team a gift of a two-man advantage, they do still need to find Hooksy.
CS में अगर basic grade आ गया तो
their connections we've equalized.
Hooksy हो जाएगा भाई ऐसे गोला खुलेगा बीच में.
Ryu overlooked in pit side. That's the bomb. That's the kill. Wrinkle empty-handed.
ट्राई बढ़ा गया फिर से.
Hunter in the clutch, winnable. Certainly now, beheads Ryu,
1v1.
gets the time. He knows Hooksy last seen B site. He knows he's got the time to set this one up. And use time as his great ally. Hooksy, head-to-head. He's held his nerve. Wins it out in that captain's 1v1.
Oh, interesting call there from G2, right? You killed two players top banana. You know there's a third shore. You're expecting that rotation away for the A defense, but they've just parked the bus. You walk into it, you're also getting blindsided, so...
ये पता नहीं मेरे को first half 6-6 लग रहा है भाई.
So Hooksy looking over the fence there. Maybe, yeah, he is. He's definitely giving him a little bit of summon, a wave to Hunter.
The OG butterfly.
Okay.
We've got a bit of salt in the wound with this.
Time out ले लिया क्या?
Once upon a time, teammates lifting trophies together. Hooksy got cast aside. No, we don't want you anymore, mate. Trying to build back up to what was
OG butterfly
successes of G2 once upon a time, but
nice shot as well from Hooksy.
This is the thing. If Hunter gets into boiler,
brother.
He gets into boiler. That's
हो रहा है guys, हो रहा है गर्मा गर्मी हो रही है.
Ooh, Orb sounded off a shot there, so info on Fozy's coordinates.
I think they're turning this quite quickly into, at least they were, something A-centric. Now on Inferno, it's not about the finishes, it's about this battle for banana control and top mid. You don't have to take banana first, you can go get boiler and halls, then get your bracket, vice versa. It doesn't matter, just as long as you are taking the space, forcing the CTs to rifle through this util.
Wow, right in his top pocket. Half health for Nerds, worming their way through though. This is a great gap. Hunter gonna play the fade side by side with Mattis, and there's no one home. Some serious real estate now for G2.
Making it look like an app spot, but they're just gonna walk.
ऐसे util दिया है कभी तुमने? अच्छा जरूर. जरूर मैंने यूटिल ले दिया तुम्हें. सही है भाई.
And Hooksy are on their way.
लाडले उस दिन भी भाई तेरे को यूटिल दिया था जब तेरे पास भाई नहीं था. मैंने किसी बोला था मैं घुस रहा हूं मेरे को यूटिल डाल देना, मैं तेरे को फेंक के गया था यूटिल.
Hoping to be overlooked. Yep, that's it. Stair had his nades out. Good find. First blood drawn. With Mattis in combination with Hunter makes life miserable for Yabby standing.
और रही बात साइड पे यूटिल देने की, मैं ही देता हूं साइड पे यूटिल.
For an inspect and no scope onto Yabby, the only way to bring him down. 3 decent output, but Fozy not in a position to really play for this.
clutchable है भाई, इसने तभी भी क्लच किया था ऑफ से.
Never comfortable.
ना भाई जा भाई.
So he should hold on to this.
मैं तो चलिया था भाई, इसकी हीट की तरह घुसा था भाई अंदर.
I really like that calling from Hunter.
I think it could have gone wrong because they're assuming they were starting 3A anyway, right? They wanted to draw the attention for the app spot, but the attention was already there. They didn't know they had that gap. How they meant to know they had that gap.
And fair play to Yabby, that's some serious output. He just needed a little chip in from anyone else. Well, we are getting that closer affair, Jack.
Yes. I think down the stretch is where it gets a little bit more difficult for Astralis because of the seesaw, right? Fozy can drop an M4. That's the opening incision. It's nice when Mattis gets to make his play. The interview with Saw over at HLTV talking about they don't really have a natural entry. They have these players who like to take their timings.
Rotating from B2, guys.
So it means you need to be a little bit more creative with how you go about these things. It's not just run on in, get the job done. I like to be tricky with it. Also, I have quite a few players who have a similar profile. G2 is one of these teams to me that feels like a jack-of-all-trades team. You've got Heavy Godu, one of the absolute best anchors in the world, but I feel like this man could play any role. Right now, he's not really having to do too much in the fragging department, just 4 kills deep. On the CT side, I'm sure that will have to change as that pit anchor. Charles have shoved behind the save door. Fozy's dropped a rifle. Stares in with a FAMAS. 5-7 for Hooksy and an MP9 for Yabby. They're buying next round. If they don't save anything, if they don't get anything done right now, it's 1900 loss.
They've pulled one of these out of the hat already on their CT side. Is it asking too much to pull it off twice? An off angle adopted. This is a unusual setup to have fozi responsible for the right side and Ryu mantles the radiator for the off angle. It's very unlikely the crosshair is pre-aimed by Heavy God, but then again, you were just speaking about his individual ability. We'll get to see it on display if he does proceed abs.
So he just threw a flash into Boiler, which normally would tell of a player jumping up and starting to search for space there, but Heavy God isn't. So I think Astralis believe there's a bit more coming their way, as it is 4 over towards Banana, taking control past half wall now. And the setup dismounted. A lot to concern themselves with.
Yeah, resweep from the AWP. Course brackets clear for now. 50 seconds for G2 to try and find their finish. CT smoke lands. Does look like oksbi plans to go for a 5-7 underhand 5-7 mag dump.
There's going to be multiple flashes. Yabi and oksbi can both flash against this execute.
Oh, they actually mollied stare out of position. That makes life a bit uncomfortable. The flash connected. You could see the whole squad. And, oh, he's done well. He's done very well. oksbi set up to succeed.
Have to go
flash
big.
From Yabi connected. 20 seconds. Got to fight your way back into this site. fozi relays the information. He's ready for this. That's the bomb. Now on the floor. Spews out of Wrinkle. And that is 5. Astralis, 2 rounds of the 5 they now boast off the back of these 5-7s. And oksbi want to find output here. A double kill. Heavy God after time. 4,000 in the bank. No problem.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he could have kept that. It'd be a drop for Nerds or Mattis. So it does actually make a difference. You can see the multiple layering of the flash. Good call from oksbi to have 3 strong over towards B. They had that top mid info. And it's just the layering of flash is going to catch them. How many can you possibly be ready for?
हमारे भाई से 2 headshot मजा आ गया देख के
Nobody.
डायरेक्ट headshot पड़ा भाई दूसरा वाला connect हुआ
We can tie things up 6-6.
Execute, and that's it.
I want to focus on a good execute. Limited resources to do so.
Especially if you can see an opener, you can see fozi's going for some rather audacious forward position. There's a little bit of a kerfuffle. They're down to 64. Already very early amps presence from Heavy God.
Come down to the restraint on util from Astralis. How much pressure G2 can apply to force out these nades. So fozi with top mid control. It's hard for Heavy God just to swing into this.
And fozi's quick, but clearly not quick enough. Heavy God beheads it. Oh, and the pre-fire. Yeah, Mattis knew what was up. The flash pops. He immediately nails it. Just oksbi. Rotation has come through. You needed to find something, though. Empty hands for Hooks. Yabi needed a 3rd. And it's Ryu. They know he's the A anchor. Heavy God has cut the rotation, so looking to at least leave with the lead. At the swap of the sides. A clean close from Heavy God.
And a really impressive opener there on that final round.
Welcome to the stream, brother. What's up, man?
Towards A, right? That incendiary comes in top mid. He just takes a swing of Boiler off of that. The only thing you have to worry about if you're fozi in that moment is that Boiler swing. So Heavy God, great opener. But as we recount that first half of play, it's a pistol. Then you lost against the Force. You had a oksbi 1v1 clutch against Hunter. And you had 2 rounds where you're on the lighter buys with saved guns cobbled together. So gun rounds is what seems to be eluding Astralis as far as their CT side is concerned. Good moments from G2 in the calling department, some well-pieced together rounds. And Hunter continues to stay towards the top of the scoreboard on 11, leading the way for G2 again. Yabi on the other side, who's had some moments, but not all of which that have been converted upon. Now the pistols at this point, 5 have been played, 3 are to Astralis, 2 are to G2. Let's see if we can level the field there. CT side now for G2. Hunter with a couple of flashes, smoke for Wrinkle on the block.
Wrinkle. Not scared to take these long-range fights on that USP advantage. But this is a horrible opening death for Ryu. Spotted. Heavy God got the early warning. There's a nice one as well. fozi loses his head to a Nerds P2000. Oh, it's clean. It's far too clean. The second shot out of Nerds just as good as the first.
headshot मारा भाई इसको.
Astralis, they just can't.
Oh my God, he's cooked भाई. इसके हाथ छुटके हुए भाई क्या क्रॉसर है ये?
Nerds welcomes
जो
it.
भी शॉट मारा हेडशॉट लग रहा है इसका
Let's
तो
do it. Yabi says okay.
He's got plenty of time, and now he's got the bomb, but still we need to get into one of these two sides. So how confident are you, G2? How much do you want to overstep the mark?
मैं हम तो बैंगलोर आके क्या बात कर रहे हो? Welcome to India, brother.
Rejig, right? As soon as you know exactly where he is, able to plan.
Enjoy बैंगलोर का weather भाई. हर कोई बैंगलोर ही घूम रहा है टाइम
What should be the 8th round? With his up-down setup, feels impossible to break. Right? He's going to worry about Coffin's backside.
Yeah, even the smoke won't save him with that boost. Impending doom for Yabi. Mattis makes it so. Sharp shots out of Nerds there. Really enjoyed that. We can spin that one back on the replay.
I was worried for Heavy God in that.
भाई वो
moment,
Razer
right?
का IEMs use कर रहा है बे, green वाला.
But Ryu's still going to come in prepared for a fight, just not up this close. And Heavy God, if you feel like you just missed your timing and then you start to flub your lines, it can fall apart.
Green वाला Razer के IEMs से white वाले Logitech के. IEMs नहीं है, Logitech के earphones है.
Remember that double kill he had top banana, which they were unable to make good on. No bomb going down. Astralis, this is going to be weaker looking force buy than you would have hoped for. And well, in the first half, G2 converted theirs. Tech 9s, Deagles.
Yeah, they set the bar high.
Astralis का game जा रहा है guys, G2 हो रहा है भाई. G2 बुंड मार रही है.
Incendiary. Looks like they want to give it over. You're worried at this point if they are behind that half wall smoke that they're setting up for one of those pop plays and you could get caught out of position in the open. But on the other side of the map, they play for info. So helping, I suppose, reinforce
Razer का IEMs कितने के 9,000 10,000 रुपए
by noting it's not an apps pop, but it could still be through mid. Hunter playing a block. Winkle playing very passive on long side over towards Arch. And that's all a fake. They're going to try and play through this long smoke.
Yeah, Wrinkle ready. MP7 feasts. 2 down, rather casual.
Doppler ही कहते.
And that's exactly what they'll do. Mattis is going to just push with that MP9 to finish the job. Nerds has started here. Charges in. Good shot. Wow, good tracking. Single bullet to the dome.
You'll take the plan.
You will. Even if that name really leaves a mark.
मर गया ये, मर गया. भाई 13 HP है भाई. अगर इसने यहाँ से क्लच किया ना गाइस, मैं टी-शर्ट उतार दूंगा. मैं टी-शर्ट उतार दूंगा भाई, अगर इसने यहाँ से क्लच कर दिया.
They'll group up, ensuring that trade potential, using that low HP Nerds to draw crosshairs. And so G2 will weather the storm of the Astralis force.
The kill there on the SMG from Hooks, he does make things a little bit more interesting.
1v4 मारा था, मैं टी-शर्ट उतारता भाई.
Financial pressure on, he could drop an
सौरभ
AK
डाउंगली बन
right
जाता
now.
है.
It does mean come the first gun round, he's going to be
एक मॉडर आजा कहते हैं.
a tougher
मॉडर के prices तो गिर गए भाई.
That's making an assumption of how this next round will go.
मदरबोर्ड के prices बढ़ रहे हैं उत्कर्ष भाई, अगर आपको आइडिया नहीं है तो.
He has dropped an AK.
ये महीने अगले महीने तक बढ़ जाना चाहिए.
He's your map control player, right? He's the guy who's going to be in the thick of it around all of these
सारे मदरबोर्ड के price बढ़ रहे हैं.
So Hero AK, some light upgrades. Oh, is it light? And it has worked out in the wash. 2,900 into the next. So how much damage can you do? Action on stair. You've been set up by the leader. You need to find some output. This is not your round to win, but one where you can definitely keep the pressure on G2.
कम से कम 2 को मारता है, एमपी9 से खा जाता वहाँ पे.
Wrinkle's AWP sounding off early. That's going to limit a lot of your options.
Nuts is going to go for this jump spot. If he dare do it again, yeah, gets his info safely.
भाई पीसी बनाने का सपना ही हो जा रहा है अब तो लोगों का. जिस हिसाब से प्राइसेस बढ़ रहे हैं दिन पर दिन. क्लच मत करना बिट्टू नंगा, अच्छा नहीं लगेगा जरूर. ये कहाँ देख रहा था भाई? पीछे का एंटी फ्लैश खेल रहा था.
A single rifle, they weren't anticipating
Traffic में घुस गए लोग तो.
Risking an AWP on a retake and around like this, right? This is where the finances can get out of control. You need to just go, all right,
पंडोरा तो है.
we picked a bad timing.
अंधेरे में पंडोरा चमकती तो है भी.
Right there, and you have to concede this.
Wow.
5 किलो अभी थोड़ी जरूर है.
For Astralis in Inferno that it's not the full gun rounds.
आपकी रैंक होगी 5k. मेरी रैंक तो अभी तक 5k तक खुली भी नहीं है ना आई है.
One hell of a
just बता रहा हूँ for your kind information.
Going to keep them in it for sure, right? They get a couple of extra rifles. They were hedging their bets anyway, so they're going to get this loss bonus and be sitting pretty with the buys. You know, if you can win the next against G2 and wipe the board, your opportunity to force them down to the eco. In fact, an AWP retained. You know that fired off. Yabi is going to try and strip something else away.
ENC का हुआ क्या? बहुत कुछ थोड़ा रिसर्च करके बताइए क्या हुआ है?
Noisy on this pursuit.
कल से कनिष्क भाई बोल रहे कि एनसी डिले हो रहा है, एनसी डिले क्यों होगा भाई?
The AK carried across and now the buys to complement exactly that. It's the other side of the server where the questions are. Look at this. Just absolutely no idea. Right, there was still some level of awareness here, but they're just assuming they haven't piled up close. Can't be making assumptions like this.
इसे लॉजिटेक वाले पहन रखे यार.
3 rounds the difference now.
ENC postponed हो गया 2020.
Knowing with a round like that, you start to destabilize some of these personalities on
ऐसा
G2,
क्यों?
especially if you can make it consecutive. So Wrinkle with the AWP, you want to take a look at his spawn. Is it good for mid, right? Does he have a good banana spawn? Are we going to extinguish? Look for a fight. I can tell you it's middle of the pack.
ये क्या बकलॉ लिए बे?
I think there's
certainly
ENC
का वेट करते हैं. ENC
tilt.
postponed हो
I
गया
just don't
वेट.
think Hunter is one of them. I think that man is tilt proof.
फिर ये साल के एंड में कोई बड़ा टूर्नामेंट ही नहीं है.
He does get emotional. He just doesn't show it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Which is, you know, stoicism in a captain can prove very valuable.
It's interesting when you contrast Hooksy to Hunter.
Yeah, true.
See when he's heart on his sleeve. Once upon a time, very negative about himself, but trying to rebuild this Astralis.
He's got good pieces around him. He put Stare to good use in the previous.
Posey trying his best Zyro impression.
Oh, an opportunity. Just the pointy elbow of Nertz on his jiggles. Doesn't manage to quite connect the bullet.
And a similar setup right now that we saw in that first half. Wrinkle doing his best Posey impression alongside of Heavy God.
अभी तक वो वॉर चल रहा है. क्या बोलने का भाई? ये भाई. ये वॉर के चक्कर में गेमिंग इवेंट बनी हो रहा है भाई.
Approach from Yabi as well. He's not rushing his palms control. He's doing it alone as well.
Nertz is going to be calling his own shots here in Banana. There's an incendiary landing half wall. He's over as well. When he catches the nade, does he feel that he can get out of there?
I think they're going to clear him out. Ooh, Heavy got onto Yabi.
Not expecting that was Yabi.
The bailout smoke's great from Mattis, and oh, it's all falling into place. Everything collapses for Astralis.
खत्म Astralis का गेम खत्म.
Even better from Wrinkle.
फ्लैश में मार रहा Wrinkle. Astralis का गेम खत्म है भाई.
4 and 10, quiet from the sweep.
Flawless कर दिया यहाँ पे.
Ready for this step. Completely known and noted. Hunter not going to overplay his hand. And they want to keep this one spotless to make up for the mare that was the last.
Very quick to rectify, and in a dominant fashion as well.
I think fortunately for Astralis, right, winning that lighter buy round does leave you with extra cash on.
3 of your 5 tournament ही हो जाए यार.
The ones are lacking.
एंड में FC26 स्पॉन्सर बात कर. जरूर भाई.
Maybe it was just a blip on the radar.
कृष भाई तुम्हारा कितना योगदान रहेगा इसमें?
Just a well-found timing from Stare.
$100 million तो फिर कर सकता हूँ.
Very quickly. Falls straight back under G2's control. And they're getting dangerously close to the magic number here. Elimination at stake for Astralis. And an opportunity getting ever closer for G2 to find themselves not only in the quarterfinals, but to win a playoff game at a Tier 1 event this year.
Yeah, that's going to feel good. I'm not even sure if they'd be too privy to that, right? You're the ones who are playing these tournaments, but okay, hold up. This is very fast towards Apps. Wrinkle's forward. He's going to get blindsided.
Hang on. Cognizant of the possibility. Double HE doesn't find its mark. He's done well to get away.
I thought there he was going to get caught, but aware of his timings. Now the Orb's going to search. If he can post up and look towards Moto, he might be able to catch a player in transition. So this is Fozy hoping to catch Hunter. Denied by the smoke, and he'll have to go fishing elsewhere now.
What's this standoff for Banana? They're next to each other. Yeah, Stare completely unprepared for Nertz to have been burrowed into that smoke towards logs.
And no ability to react right now.
खत्म G2 जीत गए भाई. Astralis बाहर हो रही है.
I thought it was easy.
उल्टी ऑफ से मारा भाई.
Angle held. Fozy peeks in and finds his counterpart down. Still not looking good for Astralis. Look at Yabi's armored Deagle, going to do whatever he can. The bomb's still loose. They've got 50 seconds out to fight. And that's a dead Ryu.
The game slips away from you right now. You only have 2,400 into the next round. G2 will have 11. That's why Fozy probably is considering a save of some variety, but you need to start posting rounds on the board, so it's a terrible decision either way.
Nertz can just have these rounds where he just gives you a round for free.
Yeah, it's important, right, with a player like Nertz that it does have a good read on the game, right? He needs to be finding these timings, catching these moments. He's a playmaker.
Spider-Man movie कैसा था? Decent था.
I think he's a bit of a
Spider-Man fan जितने मैंने movies देखे Spider-Man का अभी तक.
When he hits his stride, be
decent था storyline.
Have a good idea.
अभी character story का पूरा story चल रहा है to be honest. Character storyline build up कर रहा है.
Continue to do so, and if you really just having one of those games where timing is against you.
इसके बाद वाली movie जो आएगी वो अच्छी रहेगी.
It will be the same. They retain an AWP, they retain an M4, they give them something around the 2,400 loss.
But decent था storyline.
This one G2 now.
So we are going to have a technical pause. Ryu just going to have to make some adjustments. Has been, as you saw from the stats, a quiet couple of rounds from him. And this was a funny one, actually. You can see on the replay, Nurse's position, fair play. You know,
भाई वो barrel चढ़ गया, उसके ध्यान ही नहीं है कि barrel चढ़ा है, very
playing it cheeky. Little smile on his face as they are just 2 rounds away from the quarters.
पहली टीम रहेगी क्वार्टर फाइनल एंटर करने के लिए.
We've got Furia versus Aurora coming up next on the main stream. Foot versus Magic raging on, and then, well, they'll be playing the winner of the Gamer Legion Mao's game. So concluding the upper half of this bracket.
RLF Falcons ने 9 मैच विनिंग स्ट्रीक से जीता ट्रॉफी. हाँ, yes sir.
For a deep run here at EWC 2026.
पूरा प्लेऑफ्स में नहीं हारे लोग, एक भी गेम नहीं हारे.
Your Vitalities, your Spirits, your Navis, they're all in the lower half. Sure, Furia are here. Mao's as well, just off of that bounty win. There's no doubt which side of this bracket is easier as Wrinkle posts up aggressively again. Internal time up. Allows him to backpedal before Yabi can get there. Someone might go out with a whimper for Astralis. Can Fozy catch anything on the jump?
They're just clinging on, aren't they?
Oh, smoke through पड़ा उसको.
Unconfirmed.
10 HP है भाई. पड़ गया.
Mattis will pull.
भाग गया, एकदम पीछे भाग गया.
B-side, so space conceded.
You used a lot of utility to get that control. You are going to need a rotation. Hunter silently cheating over. He knows he can be heard from top banana if he runs.
You don't see this boost all too often, but once a half, it can be overlooked. Stare, how's your clears? And Ryu, can you trade? Okay, info. Drops off. Oh, and then Mattis onto Ryu.
Nice combo.
They've done well. Fozy and Yabi, though, with Hunter now arriving just in the nick of time. Oh, Hoopsy's in trouble. They're so low. 29 HP. Going for that double dip off the flash. He's got Yabi booked. And it's easy for Hunter. Out with a whimper indeed.
That's match point.
12 on the board for G2.
Match point, bhai.
Well, good opportunity for Hunter to maybe throw some words back at the defense the other way after that clutch early in the
भाई पहली टीम जा रही है भाई, मेरे को लग रहा है क्वार्टर फाइनल्स. गई एस्ट्रालिस
could be ending with 3 maps in this series being 13-6. Ancient made it seem like Astralis are not to be overlooked. Dust 2, real thorn in their side. Another map added to that loss streak.
I knew it's gonna happen.
6-24
I know it's gonna happen.
here now. It is just a
nice call.
Clear weakness in their map pool.
It's not something you can afford to when you get to these later stages in tournaments. They will find that weakness and exploit it.
Especially when some of the best teams in the world are great on Dust 2. Your Vitalities, your Spirits, your Falcons. Those are the top 3 big dogs. All very, very good Dust 2 teams. But Inferno's where this one feels like it's going to fall apart for Neo. One more round, 5 more kills. That's all Hunter and the boys need.
Yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. For Astralis now, an uphill struggle on Galils to defend their honor. 6 straight rounds. Asking an awful lot.
Wrinkle's got a good spawn for mid right now. Let's see how aggressive this man wants to be.
He's definitely playing it his way. Likes to go for these aggressive lines. And just on the edge of that smoke, he's actually going to poke his nose forward.
Guys, 23rd को सिर्फ 2 ही मैचेस है. थर्ड प्लेस के लिए मैच है. ग्रैंड फाइनल भाई, ग्रैंड फाइनल चालू होगा. तुम्हारा बेस्ट ऑफ 5 मैच रहेगा. 4:30 से जो शुरू होगा भाई, वो एक ही गेम है. और जो बेस्ट ऑफ 3 का टाइम टेबल आया वो सुबह के 10 बजे का है. वहाँ की सुबह के 10 बजे का भाई, पेरिस की सुबह के 10 बजे.
They have their space. Retake util onto
पेरिस की सुबह के 10 बजे मतलब हमारे यहाँ का 1:30 बजे.
Wrinkle wants to take this fight head on, and he's actually going to go for a sweep. There's only one man here trying to hold these rotates. It's passive from Yabi. Anticipates this clear. Ooh, Wrinkle doesn't pull the trigger, and Yabi can run him down. That's going to lead to some rotations. Look at this, though. Burrowing into the smoke. They're right next to each other. A freebie for Stare. Oh, and he gets a second. Bomb was committing a.
Throw कर दिया भाई, जीतो throw कर दिया.
Understandably, calling B site clear now is Stare. What do you do with that information?
Throw क्या भाई जीतो रे.
Back, but Hunter's already there.
Rush me, guys.
He's being flanked by Hooksy.
Have to know this is a possibility. They're just trying to deal with the rotation of Heavy God. Surely they know Hunter could have slipped into Ruins.
Yeah, Stare did just have a glance, but he's gotten across undetected. Fozy? Yeah, just exposed.
Yeah.
Thanks for the denial. Oh, that's a quick trade out of Stare. Fair play. He's had another one of these rounds where he just gives Astralis the round they so desperately need.
That can get very out of control. I think Hooksy's probably the safety net. They're coming through CT. Hunter, unlikely to expect that. But Stare was very low after the kerfuffle in Bananas. So the fact he's able to get one more.
It does feel like it's unrealistic to ask him to keep doing that. I mean, the 2 rounds they have on this T side are thanks to Stare's output on B.
But that's one where we asked to, point out pressure points for these teams. It is about key players making moves, right?
Yes.
Nerds on the CT side, the same for Steno on the T side. And it's about how do they interact, how do they read each other, as Heavy God is going to be hunted. They want to take this away. And they will. AK denied. So, this is a very difficult comeback. Hooksy trying to keep the energy there. Third and final tactical timeout called from Saw. They won't have any issues in the buy. Hunter, before investing, still has 11k, so drops are available. Rinku, you thought that was going to be his every day of the week. Wasn't expecting someone up close and personal, so very good time for Yabi to find his first opening kill of the map. I'll keep him in it for now. Need to win this one, and then we can talk about a G2 eco. We wonder if this is Saw wanting to call the complexion of the round, or just hoping to keep the mental in check. It's all right, boys. We've still got a big lead right now. Let's just stay locked in. We'll find out with the opening there. I'm going to start 3 over towards B. It's not the AWP. It's going to be Hunter joining this and setting up Nerds and Mattis for some banana aggression. Big nade.
Good connection. Oh, what? Wrinkle! His aggressive AWPing has finally paid dividends on that boiler room.
Bomb down T stairs. Banana pressure now.
Yeah, and they're all doing the dance now in the smoke. It's panic stations for Astralis. Is this the last round? It absolutely has to be.
Line them up, knocking down Nerds is here. 21 kills deep. One more to find, and Astralis are getting their key crushed.
That is
Oh, bhai, ye kya mara smoke through laser, bhai, 1v3.
You don't even get to play the round. You don't even get to see the opponent. You're behind a smoke. You're running away, and the map is almost done.
Bhai, Astralis ka match छीन लिया हाथ से भाई. Oh my
and they
god.
look to Yabi, head in hands, watching as their chances of seeing those quarterfinals dwindle. No chance to breach this one. Into the AWP. New boy Wrinkle misses his shot, but it's Hunter to close it down. A convincing series from G2. 13-7 to close it out. The quarters are theirs. And a win at a tier 1 event as well in those
Astralis bahar ho gaye bhai.
They're eluding them all year long up until this point. Astralis fall by the wayside, and we know for G2 from the organizational perspective, this is an important victory to pick up for the club championship. They do march on. They will take on the winner of Furia versus Aurora coming up later today. And the question is, how far can G2 go? They changed the AWP. They're looking for something a bit more aggressive. Saul believing they had reached the cap with the former roster. Now, this one did go the distance. Ancient left a lot to be desired. Dust 2 and Inferno. Astralis steamrolled and eliminated here at EWC.
Medal टूटेगा इनका.
His Nerds' performance on that third map as well. What an asset he is to the squad. You've got some real hard hits.
Heavy God, actually में Heavy God तो है.
Presence of Hunter, who's also fragging up a Storm. Certainly a fragging in-game leader. Astralis' fans disappointed. Won't be seeing another day of play.
They're not the biggest scalps for them, but they take down MIBR. They lose to Falcons. They defeat NIP and eliminated by G2. Let's hear from Hunter.
And G2 stands strong here in Paris with their first win against Astralis 2-1. Congratulations, Hunter. Of course, it's a pleasure to welcome you here in Paris, first of all. I know you're used to those big crowds, and you're also used to one other thing is beating your ex-IGL. Hooksy, it's the second time this year, and you took the IGLing role not so long ago, so can we talk about an IGL diff at this point, and is it easier facing him? Because you know a little bit of his patterns and his style. Tell me about it.
Lower bracket वो सब हो गया गणेश भाई last week.
IGL is not easy job, but I think we've changed
Rocket League का week में हो गया वो group stage.
I know what he like to do and what he like to
आज से playoff शुरू हो चुका है.
Too much thinking about it. I'm just trying to focus on the team and what we should do.
G2 पहले team में quarter final में enter करने के लिए.
I'm really happy that we won, and I'm grateful for the crowd that we have, because I think after Vitality.
तो तुम लोग को दिखा देता स्टार्ट दिखा देता क्या होने वाला है.
Warm welcome for us.
Yeah, when we did the walk-ons, indeed, the crowd was really cheering for you. Donc première question, est-ce qu'on peut parler d'une IGL?
ये स्टार्ट चल रहा था playoffs में. I mean इसमें group stage पे ये playoff का start है.
C'est pas facile.
Round of 16 matches जो आज हो रहे हैं कल होंगे और कल एक quarter final का match होगा ऊपर का.
Et je suis très content aussi. Merci.
अभी G2 जा चुके ऊपर.
Parce que je pense qu'on était la deuxième équipe.
अभी इन लोग में से कौन जाएगा पता नहीं.
Merci pour ça. And as often said, said that IGL
इनका भी चल रहा है तगड़ा मैच
by their teammates in order to win. Yet you've been playing amazing.
यहाँ से क्वार्टर फाइनल, यहाँ पे सेमीफाइनल, फिर थर्ड प्लेस जो हारेगा और ग्रैंड फाइनल्स संडे को.
I mean, yeah, with experience, I'm trying to do both. I am trying my best.
और EWC खत्म.
My
goal is
to be top fragger, but of course, if I have a chance to do it, I will shoot and I will try to kill as many as I can. But yeah, it's not easy, as I already said, but it's a pleasure for me. I like the role. I'm just sorry that I didn't take this role earlier.
Oh, wow. Okay, beautiful words from you. And you were top fracking on D2 still, so you're showing that you can do both at the same time. Donc, deuxième question. On dit souvent que les IGL doivent se faire carry pour pouvoir gagner des games, et pourtant, ils jouent très bien depuis le début de l'EWC. Donc, comment il arrive à gérer les deux? Bah, comme je le disais, évidemment, c'est pas facile. Moi, mon rôle, c'est pas de top frag, mais forcément, j'essaie d'aider mes teammates et je suis content quand j'arrive à avoir de bonnes games, évidemment. And I wanted also to ask you, because
EWC खत्म. CS कर रही है closure. Closing ceremony करने वाले भाई CS. इसलिए संडे को सिर्फ एक ही मैच लैंड अप में है, सिर्फ एक ही मैच लैंड अप पे रखा ग्रैंड फाइनल वाला.
I think it's super important for him.
भाई बहुत बड़े-बड़े लोग आने वाले हैं मैच देखने.
In front of the crowd, we are just getting used to each other. We are getting used.
Full VIP सिनेरियो रहेगा भाई.
He's getting used to us to see how we work and how we prep the games, how we.
क्या पता रोनाल्डो भी आ जाए, you never know.
So I think it's super great experience for all of us, especially him, and I just hope that we'll continue playing amazing.
And you guys seem to be having fun on stage, and I think that's important as well, of course. Donc ouais, cette dernière question, plutôt, c'est votre première grande LAN avec votre nouvel AWPer, Wrinkle. Comment ça se passe, l'adaptation, etc. Bah en vrai, oui, c'est important de prendre de l'expérience aussi, de voir un petit peu comment il s'adapte à nous, comment lui s'adapte et comment nous on s'adapte à lui, évidemment, comment on prépare ces grands événements en LAN aussi et comment il réagit là-dessus. Et c'est évidemment un plaisir d'être ici avec le public. And last but not least, before we get to the key crusher, I feel like a lot of analysts and a lot of fans don't agree on this one. So who better than a player who knows very well these teams and the teammates to tell me about it? Who is the biggest threat in the lower, the lower part of the bracket? We think of the best teams in the world. I've heard Falcons, I've heard Vitality, Navi, Spirit. Who do you think is the most dangerous team here at the EWC?
I think it's hard to say because it's the beginning of the season. I don't think anybody showed yet the best CS like it was for Major Cologne. But I would say Falcons because they won the Major, and but anybody can surprise, to be honest, Vitality, Spirit. So yeah, I will give it to Falcons, but they are not that stronger comparing to other teams.
Do you think you're biased, or is it because of the Major performance?
Sorry?
Do you think you're biased a little bit because of Monesi and Nico?
Nah. No, it's all good. I'm happy for them, and I just hope we'll meet in the finals.
Of course, and we hope that too.
Experience player बैठे हैं भाई उधर, experience player वो टीम में.
C'est dur à dire. Je pense qu'il n'y a pas une équipe qui montre un CS parfait en début de saison. Mais si je dois choisir une équipe, je dirais quand même Falcons. Et je ne suis pas biaisée, mais j'espère évidemment rejoindre Monesi et Nico en finale. And now it's time for the key crusher. Hunter, I'm very glad to welcome you to that EWC signature moment. Anything you want to tell Hooksy before you break his key?
I'm sorry, brother.
I'm sorry, brother, says him with a smile as our key master shows the way to Hunter at the STC Arena. Our first key crush on this stage for CS. And Astralis are out of the competition. G2 move on. And they could do good. The championship as well. Hunter shows it in Paris.
गई भाई Astralis की क्यों रे भाई, टूट के आधी इधर ही हो गई. अरे उड़ गई. बहुत गंदा क्रश किया भाई.
That was actually pretty good.
बहुत गंदा क्रश किया भाई.
That was really good actually. I'm gonna welcome you back in front of your fans for one last question. Hunter, you've been a part of G2 for what, almost 7 years now, and no matter the roster, no matter the teammates, you've always had fans chanting for you and cheering for you. So I would like to know, because you played with legends, why do you believe
Ashish bhai, kya haal? Hey, welcome to the stream, brother. What's up, man?
Can do good at the EWC?
I think we are capable of doing good things. We didn't show our A game yet on this event, but we are improving and we are trying to be better and better, and I think that's what we are showing so far. Now we'll be playing against real good teams. I don't disrespect the teams that we played against, but now we can play Furia and some other teams.
CS
so,
yeah,
I will see.
We
just need to keep going, keep grinding, and that's it. And merci les gars.
Oh, merci les gars, and I'm sure that you're going to be ready for it, of course. Thank you very much for joining me, Hunter. Effectivement, on va être prêt pour ces grands moments avec cette équipe. On se prépare, là on va arriver face aux plus grandes équipes et aux plus grands joueurs, avec tout le respect pour ceux qu'on a déjà affrontés, mais on sera là. On sera au rendez-vous and make sure to join us for our next game, Aurora versus
Favorite player?
Furia after a short break.
यार फेवरेट प्लेयर तो सारे चले गए यार मेरे.
After 3
मेरा फेवरेट प्लेयर
games,
टू ही था भाई
into
लास्ट.
your quarterfinals, and that, of course, is going to earn them some serious points towards the club championship. They will earn money if they continue on in the tournament. As for Astralis, Neil,
भाई स्टूई को देख के मैंने स्मोक में खेलना सीखा था भाई.
say hi to you. It is a bummer to see them exit after a great game one. We've got Dupree and Yanko to break it all down for me.
स्मोक पे खड़े-खड़े 3-4 मार देते भैंस के यार.
Here in the studio, what did you see in that game 3? Dupree, I want to start with you on Inferno.
I think turning our attention to Inferno, it was suspected to be a little bit
उसका मेरा कोई फेवरेट बन ही नहीं पाया. स्टूई के बाद कोई फेवरेट बन ही नहीं
for
पाया.
G2, and I think overall the best team also just
Stewie
won
and
this
I guess
series.
device
When it
last
came
player
to
था.
closing out the rounds and
ये दोनों के बाद कोई बन ही नहीं पाया.
G2 just had the upper hand in most of them, and it came down to the fact of Nerds playing well, and again Hunter continue his good form from Dust 2. Good to see that G2, despite fumbling some of the rounds that we are going to be breaking down, still managed to close out the game, and moving into the playoffs where they once again find them in a position where they can.
इनका खत्म हो गया ना गाइस. उधर क्या चल रहा है जरा देख ले. फिर देख के वाइंड अप करता है. इनका भी लास्ट ही है वाला.
On the bright side for Magic, I mean, the economy is so good.
खत्म हो गया क्या तेरे भी?
What happens in round 20? You're gonna
हो
have
रहा
within round 20.
11-8 भाई FUT आ गई यहाँ पे ले.
Victorious and trying to push further, or if it's you losing and having your back against the wall.
यार से फिर कद्दू आएगा देख के मैच. भाई ब्रांड एम्बेसडर है भाई गणेश भाई. कद्दू आएगा क्या होता है ले. ब्रांड का भी वैसे भी कोई मैचेस है नहीं तो खाली बैठा हुआ आ भी सकता है. यू नेवर नो बिकॉज़ सऊदी प्रिंस आएगा.
In favor of Foot once more, Tenzi tries you might to battle something back. It's only damage, no kills.
अगर फाल्कन्स फाइनल तक जाती है सऊदी प्रिंस आने वाले जस्ट सिंह. वो आएगा ही फाइनल मैच के दिन आएगा वो.
Symmetry takes the player advantage. AW tries to push up. Can't do anything. Completely locked out. Oswald creeps towards NCT.
बिट्टू खुद का फेवरेट प्लेयर है. ओपा ओपा. दो अलग ग्रुप है. इसमें 4 अलग ग्रुप थे. इसमें 2 अलग ग्रुप नहीं 4 अलग ग्रुप थे इसमें.
Oh, a tough decision to make at this point. Relying on a lot of confidence for the next round to follow, but either way, that's Foot putting themselves on map and series point here on Mirage, map 3. The final chance for Magic to battle back. This Foot stares.
ये वाले स्ट्रीम में ऐसा लग रहा है कुछ तो कमी है. पता है कुछ तो कमी लग रही है वाले स्ट्रीम में. पता नहीं क्यों. साउंड बहुत या तो मफल आ रही है एकदम साइलेंट आ रही है. कुछ तो है या म्यूजिक नहीं है. कुछ तो है भाई इसमें.
Map 3 out in pretty strong fashion, 13-7 on Inferno. So they are going to be the first.
VCD में पहले बार फनाटिक नहीं खेल रही है. न्यूज़ मिला क्या बात करें. क्यों क्या होगा. फनाटिक नहीं खेल रही है जी.
We are. It's the final chance. It's the final opportunity for Magic to prove themselves that they can.
रोशन लिखेगा भाई. दिल से बुरा लगा भाई.
Foot doesn't want that to happen.
बोला तो गोडेड ICL भाई.
So much utility in through mid. An absolute inferno.
हुआ क्या फनाटिक का हुआ क्या.
Blaze, Fade 8. Timing with Krebeni. No one spots each other quite yet. Krebeni should be seen. That's exactly what happens. Fade 8 gets a shot in the back. 4 on 4.
निकल गया मुझे लग रहा है. FUT जीत गए भाई. इधर FUT जीत गए भाई.
That's been the most reliant thing this game so far.
FSC 2 टीम से tier 2 टीम से हार के बाहर हो गई हैं. वैलो में
Jugs forced forward with a Molotov. No one's watching for the
पोस्ट को इंडिया लाओ.
He gets the shot into CT. Is traded back.
जी खरीद ले भाई.
But it's a 3 on 2 now. It's free range for these T's. Fade 8 will get smoked off. Oswald from the back doesn't shoot, and he's the only one left. His position unknown, but
खत्म इधर. और
and the timing couldn't be worse. Drops down. A chance to fight still. Full HP. But it's all up to him.
2v1 खत्म हो गया भाई.
Jumping around a conductor.
ये नहीं करता भाई 2v1 clutch.
Has to connect both these T's with full HP.
ये नहीं कर रहा भाई 2v1 clutch.
Fully gives the position up.
Qualify नहीं फनाटिक भी से. अरे बाप रे बाप.
With every second, a double swing and almost a double spray, but instead, it's Foot to
second team by FUT quarter final center कर गई.
In line for them and for Magic, unfortunately, a key to be crushed.
जी चैंपियन जा सकती है.
The foot comes down, and so foot will survive, will advance another round into the round of 8 here at the Esports World Cup.
Poster wants to play in C and D. Come on.
Such prowess to the table here, surprised us and maybe changed some minds, but ultimately we're not quite enough to hang once we hit the playoffs. They can hold their head high, but it will be the footballists to advance to see another day of the Esports World Cup.
Yeah, you got to give it to Foot, you know, a nice turn.
हाँ भाई, tier 2 टीम, tier 1 टीम कर दिया ना, tier 2 टीम को बाहर फेंक दिया ना सीधा उठा के उत्कर्ष भाई. अब इनके मेडल टूटे गए, देखने मजा आएगा.
Second map of Anubis, that was very convincing for Foot. 13-7, scoreline maybe even be a bit deceiving. On Mirage as well, I think it was a Foot team in control. At no point did I feel, Nathan, that they weren't in control. At no point did I feel like, okay, Magic, a couple of more rounds going your way, maybe we have a game. It was just a question of time before they close out the game.
अबे जब से 5 Fnatic में वो लोग छोड़ के गए ना भाई, तब से गेम खत्म हो गया बता Fnatic का. पोस्टर कितना अकेला संभालेगा भाई? वो कौन था? टकलू कौन था? उसका नाम भूल रहा हूँ मैं. वो सब जब से छोड़ के गया तब से जीजी हो गया भाई. हाँ नीड से मर गया ऊपर.
And that was it. That was it. They were the better team. I think it's as simple as that.
तीन मार दिया उसने वहाँ.
The plan was not working for Magic. They're still working on that depth. That's what they need to work on in order to get to the next level, get further into those brackets. Foot is just showing they have that, and they're at the next level.
It's one of those rare occasion, Mikes, where we get what we expect to some degree, right? Foot being the more established team out of the two, still, you know, to some degree inexperienced, young, you know, with a lot of potential in players like Krabini, like
डरके का रिप्लेसमेंट आया तो काया क्यों गंदा मारता? अरे नहीं भाई, डरके है भाई. डरके है भाई.
But not quite strong enough to beat the big brother.
And I think football is
having
a little bit of an extra lift from the sixth man, shall you say, in the server. The crowd turning up very strong here for this Foot team. I don't know that they've necessarily experienced this before, right? Because we know Foot is an organization.
उसने कुछ ऐसे shots मार रखे हैं डरके ने जो थोड़े से inhuman shots है भाई.
Might be inspiring a little extra passion from that squad coming through here at the Esports World Cup.
Crashes could not be replaced भी हो. बोल तो रहा हूँ Fnatic तभी खत्म हो गई जब Fnatic को लोग छोड़ के चले गए.
Small intimate environment. I think the players on stage, Nathan, they can feel it, they can hear it. It's not a big arena, it's not a place where you can zone everything out, so probably help them a little bit to stay motivated.
It makes a huge difference. As a player, if you're on a stage and you have people cheering for you, even against you, no matter what the energy is.
भाई CS के कितने सारे players भाई Razer के IEMs use कर रहे हैं भाई, crazy है भाई.
To give you more energy.
या maybe इनको sponsor आएगा.
Because you don't have to send that energy yourself as a player. You don't have to hype the players up. You have that energy that is there, and you just welcome it no matter what. And that's when it makes the game way easier for you.
And that's been such a conversation for Foot as they were rising up last season, right? It's something they kept coming back to, is like, how much energy do we expect? Do we do it the same on stage? Do we do it the same in studio? They've been learning all of that, and someone who's been imparting so many of those.
Guys, इनकी चाबी टूटेगी, I mean medal टूटेगा और हम लोग एंड कर देंगे ये स्ट्रीम, चालू करेंगे दूसरी स्ट्रीम जो कि आज हम लोग करने वाले हैं. Wildlands.
Yeah, thank you very much, gentlemen. Foot putting on a show out here. Hey, man, talk to me about your team today.
Luckily, we won. Yeah, I think we start shaky, like we didn't.
Guys, ये क्या न्यूज़ सुनने हमारा GT6 लीक हो रही है, क्या सीन है?
We didn't play how we were supposed to play, but I think we had a good talk after the first map, and then we start playing our game, and then we could beat them.
Yeah, because, you know, Ancient really wasn't probably the best showing for Foot. What do you take from the Ancient loss? I know it's just pretty fresh, but at the surface level, did you guys just not start right? What happened here?
No, I think we were just not really following the plan. We were giving them too many space on the map. We were kind of just waiting again, and they were playing good, you know, like they had all the map control. We didn't react, or we were reacting pretty late, and they were just having really good situations, and I think we were losing a 4v1. It gave them momentum, and to be honest, if we would won that round, I think it could be a different game.
You got them cheering for you, man. You're the coach. How have you done this? What do you say to these guys?
Well, it's so good. I think it's first time for us that we have fans, and it's so good. Everyone enjoy it, and thank you guys.
Look, you've got the winner of Gamer Legion and Mouse. As fun as that might sound to everyone, what do you think?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
You've got the winner of Gamer Legion and Mouse next.
I think we never played versus Gamer Legion. We beat Mouse 3 times in a row with different lineups, but I think they are kind of comfortable team for us. We just, I mean, it's always close game because they are obviously playing good, and stuff like that. But I think Mouse is kind of comfortable for us. I'm not saying we will win again, but about Gamer Legion, it's gonna be first time if they beat Mouse. So I don't know anything about them right now.
Well, look, I'm gonna get you out of here. Anything you want to say to these people that are standing right here?
No, just thank you very much and keep cheering for us for the rest of the tournament. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
A first for Coolio, I think, hearing his name chanted while he gives the post-match interview. Sigh of relief from the coach after that. Ancient happy with the way that his team got into it after that first map.
Yeah, and I think it was important for them. It was important for them naturally to win the game. That goes without saying, but also the fashion they did it in. 13-7, 13-8. Nathan, they left no room, you know, for doubt in regards to who were the better team. So I don't know how you feel about that from a player perspective or now that you're working with a team, but I feel like there's different ways of winning, right? You can win a game where you're not playing well, where you're never feeling comfortable, where you're almost walking away from the game thinking, oh, we got lucky right here. Or you can win a game like Foot did on the following two maps where you're in control, you're playing well, and you kind of take that confidence and I guess belief in your own abilities into the next one.
Yeah, it's something that we talked about actually after the first map where it was Ancient and Magic won, but we still felt that Foot was the better team, that with the map pool they were going to be better. If Magic would have won that first map, 13-4, 13-5, something very, very convincing, you have a strong case for them to like upset them properly on Anubis and then going like 13-11, 13-10, just getting those edges everywhere. But you could see there were gaps where, and I'm very glad that we talked about it this way as well, that we're agreeing with Coolio that was on the stage. We see the same thing. They were giving too much space, they were not being aggressive enough, they were not taking those entries, they were not there physically and mentally to like be ready for that fight, and they came on Anubis, they completely flipped that. And at that point, you could see there was a clear difference between both teams, and you can see that Foot was better. So for the players and for them as a whole, they know their weaknesses. Oh, we need to work on our Ancient. How can we hot fix that for the next few days? Because we have a strong matchup coming up. Ancient is most likely going to be there. How do we fix that? How do we not make it such a 0-1 into the best of 3? Because they know they have it on the other maps.
One more thought on Coolio. We were chatting a little bit about it in the green room. There's something about the way he uses his timeouts that you like, Nathan.
Yeah. Very often, I feel like he's trying to be in control of the feelings of the team. We could see, for example, when they had Lonix, he was extremely vocal, always there, and it kept like some sort of confidence in them, regardless of what the score was, regardless of what round was going to happen. Here, you could see that as soon as they were losing some 2v1s, 3v1s, some tilting rounds, we would say, instantly the timeout comes out. So whether it comes from him, from Krabeni, or like an agreement they have, they shake hands whenever we lose a round like that, we just take it. At least they recognize it as a group, and they instantly address it. And you can see very often they won the round right after. They got back onto the horse straight up, and there was no question of, oh, we tilted, maybe we're going to give away a few rounds. Now they just right there. They're just going to take the round again, be back in control, and then they just go get away with the game.
Something to look out for if you're Foot and if you're a fan of this Foot team, you know, changing longs with xFlout is not only a change of player or a change of personnel on the server, also in terms of the energy, you know, in terms of being maybe a bit more balanced as a squad, you know, because as you spoke about, Mike, a big part of the conversation and making sure you have enough energy for a long term. You're not losing grasp of the game or losing focus on the game with all the yelling and screaming. So, I don't know. Early days still for Foot, but I feel they are now, which I think is going to be a good thing if they want to take a step further.
It's an important thing to remind us all of how young this team is, right? The team across from them we're talking about is a young upstart team. They have about a year above them on average age. This team, even with the addition of the old man xFlout at 23 years of age, their average age is still like 20 points. I think they are so fresh into their careers, and there's so many lessons they're learning along the way.
Still one for the future, you know, still a team that has shown before as well that they can be competitive at the highest level. As Coolio said, 3 times in a row.
ये क्या सीन था भाई?
Tournaments where they made the playoff, you know, people
अच्छा यहाँ पे स्टेज है, दूसरा स्टेज है भाई जहाँ पे लोग खेल रहे हैं.
Break through at the major, and then the player change comes in with longs instead of xFlout, but it's still a very dangerous team to play.
There was especially one thing where there was a big moment where players were getting offers. They could have gone different teams, just split up, and they were like, nope, let's see how it goes with this roster. Let's see how far we can go, and then just
बिटू का टाइम आ गया Esports ज्वाइन करने का कद्दू मेरा. न्यू बंडल देख ले लाडले ऑन स्ट्रीम यार, सीधा गेम में ही देखेंगे ना डायरेक्ट. अब भाड़ में क्या भाई स्ट्रीम पे क्यों देखना, सीधा गेम में ही देखेंगे जिस दिन वैलो करेंगे वीकेंड में. तेरा रिटर्न बहुत टाइम है बिटू. अच्छा ब्याह का टाइम हो चुका है करिश्मा, तुम्हारा ब्याह का टाइम. पोटी देखो, हैदराबादी पोटी, और शादी कर लो भाई और सेटल हो जाओ भाई 7 हिल्स में.
go to the next level altogether, and that's very refreshing in our scene to see that.
What does that do for you as a player when you're in a
भाई
team like
इनका
that
हो
where
गया
you're
गाइस
so
इनका मेडल
much
पता
faith
नहीं
in the guys
हो गया
next
भाई
to you,
टूट
the
गया
guy
भाई
calling
अपने में
and
very
Quebec, the
realistic
unit that you've come up with, that you've come up from the academy team into this squad.
very realistic भाई ये भी ठीक है चलो गाइस दैट्स इट फॉर टुडेस स्ट्रीम दैट्स इट फॉर टुडेस सीएच वॉच पार्टी आई नो कि मैं थोड़ा जल्दी बंद कर रहा हूँ आई नो कि और 2 मैचेस हो रहे हैं लेकिन मैं 2 मैचेस नहीं कर रहा हूँ नहीं दिखाने वाला क्योंकि वो इतने एक्साइटिंग नहीं है क्योंकि जो एक्साइटिंग मैचेस जो थे वो ऑलरेडी हो चुके हैं यप कल के स्ट्रीम में मिलेंगे कल के सारे मैचेस होने वाले हैं वो थोड़े नेक्स्ट लेवल होने वाले हैं तो कल थोड़ा मजा आएगा देखने में यप कल जल्दी भी आ रहे हैं क्योंकि कल 4:30 बजे हमारा एज यूजुअल जो स्केड्यूल है वो स्केड्यूल पे मैच अप हो रहा है लैंड अप है तो कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है मिलेंगे कल विद द प्ले ऑफ्स मिलेंगे कल विद द क्वार्टर फाइनल 2 गेम क्वार्टर फाइनल्स होने वाले थे यप कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग टिल हियर मेक श्योर यू गाइस लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब मिलते हैं गाइस इसके नेक्स्ट वाले स्ट्रीम पे जो कि अभी थोड़ा टाइम पे मैं अभी समझ लो अभी कितना हो रहा है 10:50 हो रहा है 11 बजे लाइन अप कर दूंगा मैं यप उधर मिलते हैं गाइस फटाफट से आओ खेलेंगे थोड़ा वाइल्ड लैंड्स करेंगे थोड़ा RR बाबा गुड नाइट ओ एक सेकंड मेडल टूट रहा है गाइस मेडल टूट रहा है
Compete here will be crushed alongside
भाई मेडल
their
टूट गया
team
इधर
as xCloud takes it and crushes it into many
Oh,
tiny
boy.
little pieces or 2 big ones as this particular one might be. Let's talk about Magic, right?
तोड़
I think
दिया
that
भाई मेडल
despite this exit here in the round of 16, this is a tournament they should be very satisfied with.
They should be satisfied. I feel like that.
तोड़ दिया भाई मेडल वेरी रियलिस्टिक भाई 7 हिल्स मराबा हिल छोड़ के उधर जाओ यस सर और क्या गाँव ही कहते चलो गाइस उधर नेक्स्ट में मिलते हैं बाय बाय गुड नाइट आई सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम बाय बाय गुड नाइट